Chapter 1699, Who Dares Infuriate the Skies? The gods don't want to acknowledge me, thought Lin Feng, even though he didn't understand why. No matter what anyone else think, I've already broken through to the Huang Qi layer, thought Lin Feng as he rose into the air. Even if the gods didn't want to acknowledge him, inside his own small world, he had already become a real emperor, he could even become stronger in there. If the gods abandoned him, then he'd abandon that world. The only problem was, what would happen to Lin Feng in the future if he couldn't borrow cosmic energies from the earth and sky? And what would happen if the gods really were upset with him? Why was the sky so upset before? Qin Feng asked, staring at Lin Feng. She had observed him, and soon as he recalled his cosmic energies, the sky had stopped assaulting their small world. The others thought that the old man had done that, but she knew that it had something to do with Lin Feng. Lin Feng smiled at her and asked, "That master saved me, right?" "Indeed," said Qin Feng nodding. "Thank you, the gods abandoned me, my wife abandoned me, and surprisingly a stranger saved me," said Lin Feng. Although he was smiling, he still looked a bit sad. Qin Feng smiled in a warm, gentle and sweet way. "You already have 7 types of cosmic energies, that's already amazing. You're right, I must continue making efforts, then maybe I'll find something I did wrong which is preventing me from progressing," replied Lin Feng, smiling. Eventually the old man came back, the chessboard was in his hands. "Thank you very much, master," said Lin Feng. "Let's not waste time, we have things to do," said the old man, dragging Lin Feng, and flying at full speed. "Stinky old man, he didn't even take me with them," thought Qin Feng, biting her lips. She tried to catch up with them, but it was impossible. In vast celestial ancient city, there were many lakes, many islands, many people practiced cultivation there. They flew to a remote island where cultivators commonly practiced cultivation. "Everybody, piss off," shouted a terrifying voice. Blech. An emperor was on that island, practicing cultivation, and the voice had disturbed him violently, making him cough blood. "Bastard," thought the emperor, but he didn't dare say anything like that to such a terrifying cultivator. He wasn't the only one, everybody was upset, but nobody said anything openly. Very quickly, people left, even great emperors. Lin Feng looked at the old man, speechless. "Maybe the gods won't let you use cosmic energies, so you have to try and see if you can survive. Everything is in your hands now," said the old man. "I'll protect you." Then the old man disappeared. After he disappeared, Lin Feng took out his celestial evolution chessboard and jumped on it. He released his godly awareness but didn't release any cosmic energies. He had to control the deployment spells with his godly awareness first, then he had to see if the gods would attack him or not. When Lin Feng finished changing the deployment spell with his godly awareness, he released demonic cosmic energy again, and suddenly a vortex appeared in the sky. What a scary sky! Lin Feng frowned. The sky was turning black, making tremble slightly. Lin Feng started thinking about giving up, but then he remembered all the hardships he had been through. He raised his head and told himself that no matter what, he would challenge the gods. Outside the island, the energies and the strange-looking sky started drawing people's attention. What was going on there? The cosmic energies were becoming scarier as they condensed. Was someone breaking through to the Huang Qi layer? But that couldn't be right, energies couldn't be that terrifying when someone broke through to the Huang Qi layer. Besides, cosmic energies cleansed a cultivator's body when they broke through to the Huang Qi layer, but those energies seemed like they wanted to punish someone. Lin Feng stood there motionlessly, thinking that he would have died without the celestial evolution chessboard. The condensing energies pushing the island into chaos. Lin Feng condensed more demonic cosmic energies and then cosmic energies began descending from the sky, but they weren't wanting to cleanse his body. Lin Feng saw those terrifying cosmic energies descending, so he ran over to the celestial evolution chessboard. Suddenly, a demonic king armor appeared around his body and a demon appeared behind him. Kacha. Two terrifying lights collided, the demon spell and the purple lightning. Lin Feng shouted furiously, his demonic energies dashed to the skies, and he punched the air. But it still wasn't enough, the energies crashed onto his body, he was bleeding and his armor had exploded. Lin Feng's silhouette was blurry as he dashed around, releasing life energy in a frantic effort to recover. And more, thought Lin Feng, his eyes were bloodshot. Lin Feng rose up in the air, meeting the next heavenly tribulation. After being bested again, Lin Feng was lying on the ground, unable to stand up anymore. "You can't oppress me," said Lin Feng, then he stood up again. A third thread of demonic cosmic energy appeared, and just as suddenly, more energies descended from the sky towards Lin Feng. However, he was still standing after the tribulation. Though he almost fell, his body was paralyzed, and his face was deathly pale, but he persisted. Finally, his demonic cosmic energies disappeared. Boom! Lin Feng collapsed again, fainting. He still had a smile on his face though. An old man was glancing around inside the Heaven clan. He noticed some demonic cosmic energies from the distance, but those weren't the cosmic energies of someone who had broken through to the Huang Qi layer. "Restriction body, the gods must be upset," whispered the old man. Over in the Dugu and the Chu clans, some old men also gazed into the distance, thinking the same things. Chapter 1700, Leaving the animal clan again. Everywhere in vast celestial ancient city, people were shaking, wondering what was going on. Had someone infuriated the gods? Many strong cultivators started running towards that place, however, by the time they arrived, the skies had calmed down already, and nobody was there. The crowd could only try and guess what had happened. Maybe it happened because someone broke through to the Huang Qi layer after all. Maybe Duga the winner. Or Chu Chun Chiu, thought some people. But why were the gods so upset then? What happened? The elders of the Duga clan and the other holy clans all gathered on the island. They glanced around looking for hints, but they frowned, there was nothing wrong. It was strange because those destructive energies could have easily killed a medium-level emperor, and yet the island was so calm at that moment. Who could have triggered such an event in vast celestial ancient city? Asked Mr. Chu to Mr. Tsang. The Moon Imperial Palace, whispered the old man from the Heaven clan. The other old men were surprised. The Moon Imperial Palace? They had also thought of them, but were they crazy enough to challenge the sky? Who else apart from the Moon Imperial Palace? What about the one whom the skies abandoned? Impossible, he's an Imperial Kulpa and he already infuriated the skies. Imperial Kulpas can't break through to the Huang Qi layer, replied Mr. Tsang indifferently. The others nodded. Indeed, it couldn't be him, otherwise it would have happened back at Ice Moon Lake before. Everybody was thinking, it was possible, but at the same time it wasn't. Finally, they stopped thinking about it too much. The following days, many people from vast celestial ancient city were talking about and guessing about what had happened, but all in vain. Finally, people gradually stopped talking about it. But then, in a secluded mountain range, the same strange thing happened again. The sky became distorted and chaotic, like it was upset. By the time they ran over, there was nothing to see. People started talking about it again in vast celestial ancient city, but this time they were even more intrigued. How many people had a restriction body? Was the world as they knew it going to change? Nobody had an answer. The old man from the animal clan didn't make Lin Feng infuriate the gods a third time inside the city. He took him away from vast celestial ancient city to a desolate place. There, he could infuriate the gods as many times as he wished. A month later, Lin Feng went back to vast celestial ancient city. Back at the animal world, atop a cyan-colored mountain, Lin Feng was standing tall, looking more heroic, mature, stronger, even his blood strength seemed to have improved. The old man looked at Lin Feng and scratched his beard with his right hand, then he smiled, looking satisfied. The gods really seem to have abandoned you, but can you sense that your qi has changed? Asked the old man. It doesn't matter anymore, said Lin Feng, smiling. The gods may have abandoned him, but at least now he could use his own cosmic energies if he needed to. Indeed, your 7 types of cosmic energies have already become quite scary, said the old man. Qin Feng was on the mountain with them. Those who are strong and tough enough to withstand disasters will find hope, and eventually victory. But I still don't understand why he only has the strength of the Zun Qi layer. Qin Feng said. But was he really just a Zun cultivator? Don't tell anyone else about your situation. If you offend anyone, they'll do their best to kill. You must understand something, that in the cultivation world, you'll have less enemies as you get stronger, but at the same time, it is more dangerous because those remaining enemies will want to kill you even more, said the old man. Of course, if you become a peerless cultivator, you needn't fear anyone. Then, you're like a god. Lin Feng nodded, he already knew that. Thank you very much, master, for everything, said Lin Feng wholeheartedly. Without the old man, Lin Feng would have been in a lot of trouble. Many people think I'm really strange, but you're even stranger than me, so I'm happy to know you, said the old man, laughing. Then he looked at Qin Feng, little girl, take Lin Feng for a walk. I remember some people who'd offended Lin Feng, let's go beat them up. Alright, said Qin Feng, she understood what the old man mean. She smiled at Lin Feng and said, let's go. Lin Feng followed her, leaving the animal world altogether. There were some rumors about Lang Yi which said he had fallen in love with someone from the Moon Imperial Palace. Lang Yi wasn't the only one, many other young men enjoyed relaxing at Moon Imperial Palace. At that moment, 2 silhouettes appeared in the sky, a young man and a young woman. That's Qin Feng from the animal world, but who's the young man with her? Is he from the animal world too, thought some people. Many people staring at Lin Feng though, it was him, the one whom the gods had abandoned. He hadn't died and now he's back. He attacked so many people from the Thunder Clan and he killed Yang Yen. The strong cultivators from the Holy Sun Clan are relentlessly looking for him, thought some people. The one who was abandoned by the gods, said Tsang Xiao. Piss off, said Lin Feng. Tsang Xiao frowned, that bastard. The gods abandoned me, so what? I can kill you now if you want, said Lin Feng in a cold way, releasing death energies. Chapter 1701, Too Weak. Even though he was talking like that, Tsang Xiao still shivered when he saw Lin Feng. After all, on that day by the Ice Moon Lake, Lin Feng had amazed everyone when he learned to control 7 different types of cosmic energies. Then he killed many people, including Yang Yen. Lin Feng was merciless, and seeing how he was an imperial culpa, it made sense that he wanted to get his revenge while he still could. Lang Yi looked at Lin Feng and smiled indifferently. Lin Feng had changed, but he didn't know what had changed about him. He didn't look as sad as before. Had he become stronger? But could he even break through to the Huang Qi layer? Could an imperial culpa have such strength, thought Lang Yi when he saw that Lin Feng still hadn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer. Yi Renlei was there too. She shivered as she saw Lin Feng. Lin Feng looked even more arrogant and determined as ever. The gods abandoned you, we'll see how long you will survive, said Tsang Xiao. Then, he went back to his pavilion. Lin Feng couldn't break through to the Huang Qi layer, so sooner or later, everyone would surpass him and everybody would forget about him, if he didn't die. The outstanding young people from the holy clans looked amusingly at Lin Feng. That guy dared show up again, and he was with Qin Feng this time. Had the animal clan saved him last time? Lin Feng glanced at the crowd calmly. Then he walked to the edge of the lake and calmly glanced at Dugu, Lang Yi, and Yi Renlei. Yi Renlei sighed, she remembered what Lin Feng had told her, that if they met again, he would consider her a stranger. Qin Feng was behind Lin Feng, but she said nothing. Many people sighed. Why had they come to the lake? Even with Qin Feng, the Holy Sun Clan and the Thunder Clan wouldn't let him off. There were many boats on the lake, but nobody was in the mood to relax. They were all fixedly staring at Lin Feng, the one who was abandoned by the gods. Finally, some cold chi fell onto the lake. The strong cultivators from the Thunder clan were in the neighborhood and they heard that Lin Feng had shown up. As expected, they found Lin Feng sitting by the lake. Lin Feng turned around and looked at the strong cultivators from the Thunder clan, still looking calm and serene. Those people were only low-level emperors and medium-level emperors. Could they do anything to him? "You dared come back," said a medium-level emperor. Then he shouted, "Do you still have the thunder hammer?" "I do. I take it you want it back," asked Lin Feng indifferently. The members of the Thunder clan looked even more upset. Even though that guy was abandoned by the gods and hasn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, he still controls 7 types of cosmic energies and has many treasures to protect himself with. "We must be careful," thought the medium-level emperor. He didn't want to take risks, so he said to the low-level emperors next to him, "That guy doesn't have the celestial evolution chessboard, and he can't break through to the Huang Qi layer, let's go and kill him." The 7 or so low-level emperors glanced at each other and nodded. Then the sound of thunder began rolling in waves. The terrifying thunderous energies turned into a giant lightning dragon. Lin Feng slowly walked towards the cosmic energies, then he glanced at the crowd. Looking proud and arrogant he said, "I may have been abandoned by the gods, but we'll see who can kill whom." How arrogant, thought the crowd. He was alone facing emperors and he still dared say that. The purple thunderous energies became more frightening, like they were going to swallow Lin Feng whole. "He's insane," thought the crowd when they saw Lin Feng, who was remaining motionless before the onslaught of cosmic energies. Did he want to commit suicide? Boom! Terrifying thunder energies suddenly surrounded Lin Feng. The ground cracked around him, but he was still standing there, motionless. "He's fine," thought the crowd, their muscles twitching. He wasn't even injured. "What kind of physical body is that?" thought the crowd. Lin Feng was resisting those cosmic energies with just his physical body. Abandoned by the gods. He can't break through to the Huang Qi layer. Even without the Huang Qi layer, Lin Feng could still fight against so many emperors. Lin Feng raised his head and looked at the remnant thunder energies. He looked amused thinking, those are cosmic energies. That was the power of low-level emperors. How weak. Each time he had infuriated the gods, they had attacked him with at least 10 times their strength. With his physical body now, a low-level emperor couldn't pose a threat to him. Boom boom. Lin Feng raised his head and opened his mouth, then he started swallowing the cosmic energies, making his entire body turn purple. It seemed like he might explode at any time, however, he remained looking calm. Lin Feng looked at the emperors mockingly and said, "You're so weak, I was abandoned by the gods, but can you kill me?" The emperors' cheeks burnt, and they looked disheartened. Lin Feng was telling them that they were too weak, and because he didn't even dodge their attacks, they somewhat believed him. "Kill him," said the medium-level emperor in a cold way. His physical body was too strong, so those low-level emperors would have to use some special powers to kill him. The emperors looked hesitant. Many people had attacked Lin Feng at the same time with cosmic energies and they hadn't managed to hurt Lin Feng at all. If they used special powers now, wouldn't it be the same? "If you don't attack, I'll attack." Lin Feng smiled coldly, taking out a silver spear. Then suddenly, Lin Feng released wind cosmic energy and used his wind chant. With both wind and empty space cosmic energies, he was much faster than before. A strong cultivator moved back at full speed, but the spear still reached him, and he died. That low-level emperor hadn't withstood a single attack. How fast, thought the crowd. Lin Feng turned around and looked at another cultivator who had already started running away. Lin Feng moved like the wind again while the cultivator attacked the air in Lin Feng's direction while retreating. However, Lin Feng's spear pierced through his energies and then through his head. Lin Feng just looked amused as he watched his body plummet from the sky. Are those emperors? Asked Lin Feng mockingly. Chapter 1702, The Death of a Great Emperor. Those emperors are members of the Thunder clan, so they aren't very strong alone, but joining hands is another story. But even then they can't defeat Lin Feng. After that, Lin Feng continued moving like the wind and killed 2 more emperors. The other emperors left and went back to the medium-level emperor from the Thunder clan. Qing Feng looked at Lin Feng and thought, he's so strong, will he never break through to the Huangqi layer? The old man doesn't want to tell me the truth. In the future, when I break through to the Huangqi layer, maybe I will control several types of cosmic energies too. I wonder if I'll be as strong as him then. Lin Feng glanced at the members of the Thunder clan in a cold way. Blood was dripping from his spear as he said, "Masters, how come you're standing there?" Masters, the crowd was surprised. Lin Feng was probably making fun of them. After he killed a few of them already, he was calling them masters now. The medium-level emperors looked at Lin Feng, pondering. Lin Feng had so many trump cards. He had just used a spear to kill a few of them, but how scary would he be if he used the sun disk? Lin Feng, who has been abandoned by the gods, said someone at that moment. The voice came from far away. The crowd shivered and gazed into the distance, seeing a bright sun. Someone from the Holy Sun clan, thought the crowd, closing their eyes lest losing their eyeballs from that bright light. The temperature was increasing quickly too. If they got too close, they could die just from spectating. That's Yang Xiao, a terrifying young cultivator from the Holy Sun clan. Even though he's only a low-level emperor, he fought against Chu Chunqiu not so long ago. Even though he lost, he shouldn't be underestimated. Yang Xiao arrived in front of Lin Feng, 5 suns were already floating around him. It seemed like he could easily kill medium-level emperors with those suns. Of course, medium-level emperors could probably dodge his attacks easily. Die, shouted Yang Xiao furiously. Lin Feng glanced at Yang Xiao in a calm way, not looking perturbed at all. Slash. Lin Feng raised his spear and condensed cursing, death, earth, and aggressive demon cosmic energies. Finally, the suns became more and more dazzling as approached Lin Feng, making him finally close his eyes. Yang Xiao felt some wind brush against him. And suddenly, it was as if 7 Lin Fengs were attacking him at the same time. Slash. A subtle sound could be heard as the spear pierced through Yang Xiao's head. Yang Xiao still had a thread of life left, but he looked dumbstruck. How? 1 spear attack and it was over. Why had the 5 suns done nothing? He looked desperate. Boom. As Lin Feng took his spear out of Yang Xiao's head, his brain exploded into pieces, and his body slowly fell down to the ground. Lin Feng then kicked the corpse away, not even bothering to take his rings. Yang Xiao couldn't withstand a single attack from Lin Feng. That means he's stronger than Chu Chunqiu. The crowd couldn't believe their eyes. Impossible. Nobody knows how strong Chu Chunqiu really is, so maybe he was just playing around when he fought against Yang Xiao. Chu Chunqiu absorbed imperial determination, so he doesn't even need to move to kill people. Someone else said. Chu Chunqiu had absorbed imperial determination, so someone who couldn't break through to the Huangqi layer couldn't possibly defeat him. Even though Lin Feng was scary and controlled 7 sorts of cosmic energies, it was a pity that he couldn't break through to the Huangqi layer. If the gods finally let him break through to the Huangqi layer, then he would probably become as strong as or even stronger than Chu Chunqiu. Nobody dared underestimate Lin Feng. Chu Chunqiu was just too strong as he could compete with all those young people who had king bodies types, he would become a great emperor. Die. As the crowd was thinking, they suddenly heard someone else. The medium-level emperors from the Thunder clan were attacking. In a flash, an incredible number of terrifying lightning descended from the sky towards Lin Feng. Even if Lin Feng had a powerful physical body, he couldn't resist so many medium-level emperors' thunder cosmic energies. Oh no, Lin Feng is going to die, thought the crowd. Boom! The medium-level emperors arrived next to Lin Feng, but then a terrifying illusional strength surrounded everybody, preventing the crowd from seeing anyone inside. Slash, slash. No, someone gave a horrible shriek, making the crowd shiver. Had a medium-level emperor just died? Lin Feng controlled deployment spells, so he had used a talisman to imprison those emperors inside a deployment spell. After that, terrifying sounds continued to wail. The crowd wanted to see what was going on, but they couldn't see anything, they could only wait. At that moment, the sky shook as a black lightning descended from the sky, forcefully destroying the illusion spell. Once everything settled, they were astonished to see that all the medium-level emperors were dead. How reckless, a gigantic hand descended from the sky. The crowd was shocked to see a great emperor this time. In the distance, a gigantic sun was quickly approaching. The great emperor from the Thunder clan and the great emperor from the Holy Sun clan showed up. Gotcha! A gigantic lightning hand descended from the sky, oppressing everyone around it. Masters, what's that supposed to mean? Shouted a voice furiously. The crowd raised their heads to see that the great emperor from the Thunder clan was being oppressed between two gigantic hands. What's that? Thought the crowd, astonished. They couldn't see clearly because of the dazzling sun, but was that a saint emperor? Attacking my son-in-law is the same as attacking the animal clan, shouted a furious voice. Impossible, the crowd was astonished. Had a great emperor had just been killed. Chapter 1703, Animal World. He vanished in a puff of smoke, the crowd was speechless. The strong wind was still blowing after he crushed the great emperor. Even great emperors can die tragically sometimes, they thought. The crowd realized that life as a cultivator was never easy. That terrifyingly strong cultivator had killed a great emperor to show anyone else who held ill intentions towards Lin Feng, that he'd kill anyone, including great emperors. However, Lin Feng had been abandoned by the gods, why would he want him to be his son-in-law? The animal clan wants a son-in-law who has been abandoned by the gods, thought the crowd. They couldn't believe it. Even though Lin Feng was strong and talented and controlled 7 types of cosmic energies, he couldn't break through to the Huang Qi layer. What was the point of protecting someone had plateaued like that? Maybe the animal clan just wanted someone they could use for their own purposes. In that case, Qin Feng could concentrate on cultivation. Or maybe Qin Feng had fallen in love with Lin Feng. Indeed, things must be that way, thought some people. Lin Feng was dumbstruck too, though his eyes were pitch black, making him look unperturbed. Qin Feng looked at Lin Feng and blushed. The old man hadn't warned her he'd use that as an excuse, let alone in front of everyone like he had. The old man cared less about social conventions than most. Master, said the great emperor from the Holy Sun clan, a cold sweat was forming. Does the Holy Sun clan want to attack him too? Of course, he was talking about Lin Feng. If he said yes, what would happen? He didn't dare imagine. But if he didn't reply, that wouldn't only be a humiliation for himself, but for the entire Holy Sun clan. I'm talking to you, shouted the Holy Emperor. The great emperor from the Holy Sun clan shook even more. He was still thinking, the slightest mistake and I could die, besides, offending the World clan is not worth it. Yang Xiao and Yang Yen died, but if the Holy Sun clan offended the World clan, even more would die. The Holy Sun clan should understand my position. I wouldn't dare, said the great emperor, humbly. That's good. Now, piss off and go back to your clan. If anyone from the Holy Sun clan dares touch him, I'll destroy it entirely, said the terrifying cultivator. Master, what about the sun disk of our clan, said the great emperor in a weak voice. Piss off, said the old man, even though the great emperor hadn't finished talking. The great emperor looked even more scared as he said, see you, master. Thunder clan, said the old man aggressively. He smiled coldly, piss off now, and if the Thunder Clan dares act recklessly again, I'll wipe it off the map as well. The cultivators from the Thunder Clan looked depressed. They knew that the old man wasn't joking, he could easily destroy a clan like the Thunder Clan. Then the Thunder Clan's people left too. That guy is quite lucky in the end. Even though he was abandoned by the gods, the Animal Clan accepted him, thought the crowd. He's lucky, thought Song Shao. He really wanted to kill Lin Feng, but what could he do now? Killing Lin Feng was impossible. But in any case, it didn't really matter. Lin Feng couldn't break through to the Huangqi layer, so the difference between them would continue to widen until someday when they just forget about him entirely. Vast celestial ancient city has rules, so don't forget them. Battles between people of different generations are forbidden, the old man was warning the entire city. Of course, very powerful groups could do as they wished if they had enough power. Chapter 1704, The Golden Crow broke through to the Huangqi layer. After that, Lin Feng and Qin Feng left Ice Moon Lake. Everybody now understood that Lin Feng had just come to intimidate everyone. This news spread everywhere in vast celestial ancient city. Back in the animal world, at the top of a cyan mountain, Lin Feng was seated cross-legged while breathing at a regular pace. He was in his spirit, in his small world. There were pavilions, leaves, trees, mountains, and rivers. It looked like a real world. The earth and the sky both have a respective strength. Because of my own world strength, when I practice cultivation in here, I cultivate slower. The earth and the sky energies aren't as strong. I need to make a perfect world which looks like the real one, thought Lin Feng, smiling indifferently. He didn't feel sad anymore, instead he felt that since the gods had abandoned him, he had to rely solely on himself to become his own god. Not far from him, Qin Feng was watching him, looking surprised. Lin Feng was breathing normally and slowly, and he didn't look like he was practicing cultivation. She had compassion and understood that Lin Feng couldn't practice cultivation all the time. Or maybe that he was practicing cultivation differently. Was he studying a special type of strength for which he didn't need to use the strength from the earth and sky? Qin Feng was more curious after thinking about that. The old man didn't tell her anything, and Lin Feng was acting mysterious. The thing that Qin Feng didn't understand at all was, why was Lin Feng still a Zoom cultivator? At the top of another mountain in the Animal Clan, two people were seated. They looked terrifying, domineering, and imposing. One of them was one of the three strongest cultivators in the clan, a legendary beast, a swan and eye. The other one was the old man who had shown up at Ice Moon Lake. How did you come up with such an idea? Asked the legendary beast. Lin Feng was now the son-in-law of the Animal Clan's strongest cultivator, that couldn't be changed anymore. Don't you trust me? Asked the old man. The swan and I shook his head and said, you must have done that for a reason, but I don't know what it is. I won't ask if you don't want to tell me, but you have to understand that our brother won't be happy. He hoped little Qin could marry, well, I know about that obviously, but he's been courting her for so long, and have you ever seen Qin Feng react to him? She's getting angrier and angrier. You can't blame me if I give younger people the opportunity to do what they want. He can't make her fall in love, but he can't force her either. I noticed that Lin Feng was gifted so I did that, but maybe Qin Feng is interested in him, said the old man, smiling. The swan and I rolled his eyes and said, what if little Qin doesn't like him? Well, that's their problem. But Wu won't be happy. He's a golden crow, he's naturally arrogant, but Lin Feng is smart and persistent. We shouldn't get involved, that's all, replied the old man. Swan and I looked troubled. Lin Feng was smart and persistent. Wu was soon going to break through to the Huangqi layer, then he would be stronger than Lin Feng. Alright, let's stop talking about young people, but should we talk to our brother? No need, he won't get angry over such unimportant things. While they were talking, a terrifying light appeared in the distance and rose to the skies. They both stopped and gazed into the distance. A golden crow whistled as the sky became red, like the setting sun. Then the sky shook as a three-legged golden crow dashed to the sky, making a mountain explode on his way. A strong wind started blowing as the golden crow flew higher and higher to sense the cosmic energies of the earth and sky. He was becoming an emperor. Not bad, Wu leveled up, said the swan and I, smiling indifferently. Wu had already told everyone he'd break through to the Huangqi layer soon, so he had decided to isolate himself for a while to practice cultivation. Although they knew it wouldn't take long, they hadn't thought he would level up so quickly. Wu is talented. We'll see who wins as time passes, said the old man. Lin Feng was practicing cultivation when he suddenly sensed the energies, and he gazed into the distance. I'm going to see him. Lin Feng suddenly started running. He wanted to see how strong the new supernatural bird emperor's cosmic energies would be. Qing Feng followed him. The supernatural sun bird, not only is his fire cosmic energy, but his sun cosmic energy leveled up, too. He's much stronger than an ordinary emperor who only knows fire cosmic energy, thought Lin Feng. The golden crow continued growing, his wingspan reaching 100 meters in length, and a sun pattern circulating on his back. He was easily stronger than the low-level emperors Lin Feng had killed. I wonder who would be the stronger between a golden crow and a great oriental greenfinch rock, thought Lin Feng. The cosmic energies filled and cleansed his body. The process of becoming an emperor was quite slow for him. Once he finished, Wu didn't seem happy at all. He glanced at Lin Feng and Qing Feng in a cold way. Qing Feng, I have broken through to the Huangqi layer, so I want to ask your father for his permission to marry you. He's angry, thought Qing Feng. It's too late, she replied to him. Too late. Wu frowned. My father made me marry Lin Feng, you can't marry me anymore, replied Qing Feng calmly. Impossible, spluttered Wu. How was that possible? He had practiced cultivation to become an emperor, and in the meantime, Qing Feng had married Lin Feng. He couldn't accept that. Nothing is impossible. You can go and ask, said Qing Feng. Wu frowned and said, all right, but even if it's true, I won't accept it. I'll kill him, and then you'll be mine. Wu flapped his wings, rising into the sky. Chapter 1705, Great Battle Against the Sun Supernatural Bird. A red light streaked across the sky, turning into a human shape as he landed. It was Wu, and he looked furious. He entered the main palace and asked, Grandpa, I want to go and ask for Qing Feng's hand. The old golden crow looked at his grandson and said, You've just broke through to the Huangqi layer, you should wait for your cultivation to stabilize first. What about after it stabilizes? Asked Wu. The old golden crow remained silent for a few seconds and said, Qing Feng married someone else already. The human being? The one who was abandoned by the gods. Apparently, Qing Feng hadn't lied to him. At that moment, Lin Feng and Qing Feng arrived in the palace. Lin Feng bowed, Hello, masters. The swan and I nodded at Lin Feng, but the old golden crow looked sharp, as if he wanted to attack Lin Feng. He does have 7 types of cosmic energies, but he has been abandoned by the gods. As such, he's only a cultivator at the top of the Zunqi layer. What were you thinking? Asked the old golden crow, obviously unhappy. Don't come and talk to me about Qing Feng again, said the old golden crow to Wu. Wu grew more upset. Grandpa, how can a human being who can't break through to the Huangqi layer be a better husband for Qing Feng than me? Then, he turned to Lin Feng, you should just abandon yourself and the animal world will continue on without you. Otherwise, even if Grandpa gets offended, I will kill you anyway. Do you think you're strong enough to defeat me? Asked Lin Feng calmly. The golden crow was sly, if Lin Feng fought against him, he might have the advantage. You're ridiculous. You think that you're so strong because you killed a few low-level emperors using your celestial evolution chessboard. If I wanted to kill you, even your celestial evolution chessboard would be useless to you, retorted coldly. He had a sun helmet, which was a precious treasure from the animal clan. It was probably as good as Lin Feng's celestial evolution chessboard. I don't need the celestial evolution chessboard either. You and me, one battle without any weapons, do you accept? Asked Lin Feng. He was a supernatural bird and Lin Feng wanted to fight against him without weapons. Ridiculous. Since you want to die, I can only help you, said Wu coldly. If you defeat me, we all know what you want, but what if I win? Asked Lin Feng. Cultivators who were in the palace were confused. How come Lin Feng was so confident? You can't defeat me, replied Wu, full of confidence. If I win, don't intervene in my life ever again, and stop disturbing Qin Feng, shot back Lin Feng, ignoring Wu. Unfortunately, Lin Feng couldn't kill him because he was an important person in the animal clan. If Lin Feng did kill him, it could cause problems. Come and fight me, shouted Wu furiously. Fire energy dashed to the sky as the sun shone brightly upon him. Lin Feng slowly rose up in the air, wearing the same black robe as always. His sun cosmic energy is more terrifying than ordinary fire cosmic energy, so my fire alone can't resist him, thought Lin Feng. The golden crow didn't move, he stayed bathing in the sun energies. Even before breaking through to the Huang Qi layer, he could already oppress Yang Yan, which spoke volumes about his current strength. After a moment, the golden crow suddenly started flying towards Lin Feng. His speed was noteworthy as he was a peak bird existence. The terrifying sun grew scorching as the golden crow shouted furiously. A sun appeared in Wu's hand, and grew quickly. Explosions sounded as Wu was suddenly propelled backwards after hitting Lin Feng's body. What a strong physical body, everybody gasped. In his human form, his physical strength wasn't better than Lin Feng's. His physical body broke through to the Huang Qi layer. Some of the people in the crowd had a strange expression. Breaking through to the Huang Qi layer using only physical strength wasn't easy. Amongst human beings, only high-level emperors and higher should have enough physical strength to break through to the Huang Qi layer. To accomplish that, it meant that their muscles could already endure cosmic energy attacks. For animals, it was easier to break through to the Huang Qi layer using that method because they naturally had powerful physical bodies. Actually, when Wu had broken through to the Huang Qi layer, his physical body had also improved. His cultivation hadn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, but his physical body had, and on top of that, he had also learned how to use 7 types of cosmic energies. This young human was strange, to say the least. After Wu recovered from being slammed backwards, he remained silent for a few seconds, thinking. Then he sniffed, I hadn't guessed you'd have such a powerful physical body, but it still doesn't mean you can defeat me. Then, he shouted furiously, and 3 gigantic flames appeared around him. The sun was going to fuse together with him and transform him. I'll show you that a strong physical body alone isn't enough. Wu swore. He threw himself at Lin Feng, his claws pointed at him. Lin Feng raised his head, the wind was brushing against him. He frowned, that bird had a gigantic body and his strength was oppressive. He wasn't comparable to the emperors Lin Feng had already killed in the past. A gigantic demon hand appeared, and he rose up in the air, moving towards the claws. Gotcha! The claws and the hand collided, and a terrifying strength instantly invaded Wu's claw. Even though it was extremely painful, his facial expression didn't change, he continued releasing fire and sun cosmic energies at the same time. Die! 3 sharp claws continued pushing towards Lin Feng. Piss off, shouted Lin Feng furiously. He didn't flinch, he rose to the sky and released a seemingly infinite amount of sword energies. He didn't unsheath a real sword, he just used pure energies. The sun was almost going to burn Lin Feng like marshmallow, but he sealed off the space around him. People's facial expressions suddenly changed, captivated by what they saw. Earthen armor. Lin Feng was using an earthen armor made of cosmic energies, and had condensed a sword using wind and empty space strength. They aren't using any incredible cosmic energy attacks, they're just using their physical strength and their cosmic energies to fight, thought many experienced cultivators in the crowd. Finally, a loud sound resonated as the sun broke apart, pushing Lin Feng and Wu away from each other. The bird was soaked with blood, while Lin Feng's fists were bleeding, and his clothes were torn apart. Wu was fixedly staring at Lin Feng as he said, "No wonder you're so arrogant, you're quite strong." "But so what? Now I will show you how strong a supernatural bird really is." "Arrogant? You're a supernatural bird, you should have a better physical strength than mine, but you don't, and now you still want to battle," retorted Lin Feng arrogantly. Wu didn't say anything in reply. Instead, a gigantic sun descended from the sky and fell onto his body. At the same time, colossal pillars of flames appeared around him. He disappeared in those energies, and when he reappeared, countless supernatural birds made of embers were moving towards Lin Feng. Lin Feng's eyes were pitch black, and he was using his godly awareness to sense every part of his surroundings. He smiled coldly as he raised his hands, the space around him distorted as he did so. All of Wu's fire clones entered an empty space, never to return. Curse! A terrifying cursing strength emerged, and death-abstruse energies fell from the sky. Wu sensed the death strength surround his body, but that wasn't all. Lin Feng's fist was approaching too. Chapter 1706, Godly Animal Rule Boom. A loud impact shook the air. Wu felt an enormous migraine hit him, his head felt like it was going to explode. He still didn't run away though, he released more energies towards Lin Feng. Why not, thought Lin Feng, smiling coldly. He moved like the wind and appeared behind Wu. Snap, crack. Lin Feng attacked Wu from behind, and many of his bones broke. Wu screamed in pain. His hair looked messy, but even through this pain, he continued releasing fire and sun energies. He still doesn't want to give up, thought Lin Feng angrily. Wu was bleeding severely and kept shouting, but it wasn't enough. "That's enough," said the golden crow on the ground. Lin Feng moved back and calmly looked at Wu. At that moment, Wu looked like trash. Lin Feng had crushed him. "Wu, you lost, but it doesn't matter. You should practice cultivation as much as you can from now on. Who cares if you lost, just don't take it to heart," said the old golden crow. Wu nodded, but he continued glaring at Lin Feng. He didn't want to accept his loss. Surprisingly, a human had defeated him and was going to walk away with Qin Feng. "Go and heal your injuries, then stabilize your cultivation," said the old golden crow. Chu looked back at him and obediently said, "Yes, sir," before leaving quietly. "Master, I'm sorry," said Lin Feng to the old golden crow. After all, he was in their world, and he had humiliated Wu a lot. "You're very strong and you defeated Wu, there's no need to apologize. My brother chose you as a son-in-law, I must admit I think it was the right choice, at least in terms of strength. Of course, if you stay stuck at this cultivation level your entire life, never breaking through to the Huang Qi layer, then you'd just be a piece of trash," replied the old golden crow indifferently. "I know," answered Lin Feng with a nod. The old golden crow didn't mean him harm, and he didn't sound very nice, but he wasn't wrong. As he left, Qin Feng went to Lin Feng. "Thank you," Qin Feng said to him. "That wasn't difficult, and I'm the one who's supposed to thank you," replied Lin Feng, smiling back. Without Qin Feng's grandfather, Lin Feng would have been dead by now. "Even though you defeated Wu, I don't think he will let you off, especially considering his arrogance. I think he'll stabilize his cultivation and then attack you again," Qin Feng told him. "It's fine, I'll just crush him a few more times until he gives up," shrugged Lin Feng, sounding calm. "Let's go back," said Qin Feng. Lin Feng and Qin Feng left, heading back to the Cyan Mountain. The old man was there waiting for them. He went up to Lin Feng as said, I observed the battle carefully, and I was impressed. You're good. I'll transmit an animal spell to you. It's a very aggressive one, so you must be very determined to study it. It's good for animals, but I'm still convinced that you will like it. Thank you very much, Master, Lin Feng said gratefully. If he had a powerful spell to use cosmic energies with, he'd become even stronger. The technique is called Godly Animal Rule. I'll transmit it to you via godly awareness, said the old man, opening his third eye. His godly awareness entered Lin Feng's godly awareness, and Lin Feng received the spell in the form of Sanskrit characters and terrifying images. Godly Animal Rule, extremely aggressive and explosive. It rules the physical body, the earth and sky, pure power. Lin Feng slowly read the words which passed through his brain. Lin Feng started studying the spell immediately. He had all sorts of strength which could be used along with the godly animal rule, for example empty space, death, etc. cosmic energies. Jun Mo Shi and some of his fellow disciples from the King of Hell Palace were following him into the Celestial Evolution Holy Clan. Unfortunately, from the rumors they heard, it sounded like they were too late. A Taoist priest? Really, whispered Jun Mo Shi. He was wondering who could be that lucky. He also heard that Lin Feng had obtained the Celestial Evolution chessboard, but the gods had abandoned him, and he couldn't break through to the Huangqi layer. Mister, said a beautiful woman. What do you want, Moon Girl? Jun Mo Shi knew a few things about vast celestial ancient city before coming here, and the mysterious Moon Palace was one of those things. He also knew that there were connections between some of their strong cultivators and some important people in Shuiyu, Jiu, Empress Shi, the Three Lives Emperor, etc. Chu Chun Chiu agreed to exchange ancient scriptures with the Moon Palace, so we're going to hold an event in 3 days. I wanted to tell you that you're invited, said the girl in a gentle manner. All right, I will come, said Jun Mo Shi, nodding back to her. Thank you very much, Master. I'm off, said the beautiful woman, turning to leave. Chapter 1707, After the exchange. Very quickly, news spread all around. 3 days later, at Ice Moon Lake, outside a pavilion, Chu Chun Chiu was exchanging ancient scriptures with the Moon Palace. The Moon Palace had said that they had the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures and that anyone could study it if they paid the price. They had invited everyone as well, but only those who belonged to holy clans could obtain it. It was too expensive. Everybody was headed for Ice Moon Lake, they all wanted to see the event. Lin Feng was surprised when he heard about that. It wasn't easy to convince people to exchange ancient scriptures. 3 days later, near the lake, Lin Feng, Qing Feng, Swan, and so on were all there. They were in the sky when Swan said, the Chu clan and the Moon Palace accepted to exchange ancient scriptures between them because of Chu Chun Chiu. Qing Feng nodded after she thought about it briefly. The Chu clan lost the Chu king body a long time ago, and they have no more saint emperors. They have no enemies because they are discreet, but because of their reputation, people still admire them, Qing Feng explained to Lin Feng. So, this has nothing to do with the World Clan, said Lin Feng. The World Clan has existed for a long time, and they had even fallen, but now Lang Yi was born with the World King body. What need did he have for an exchange? I've heard that nobody dared offend the Chu clan back when they had a cultivator with a king body. 1,000 years ago, that cultivator had practiced a technique which allowed him to swallow people's determination. But he became corrupted after he had swallowed too many people's determinations. In his confusion, he began killing many strong clans. Swan and Qing Feng kept talking. The Chu king was probably incredible, said Lin Feng. Of course, the Chu king could be considered as a junior back then, but he had quickly risen, making everybody consider him as a hero in the end, Swan told him. So Chu Chun Chiu must be a terrifying cultivator too? Lin Feng asked. Right, he's definitely not any weaker than Duga the winner, said Swan, nodding. Lin Feng had defeated Wu, so Swan already considered Lin Feng a strong cultivator. At the same level, Swan hadn't managed to defeat Wu, but Lin Feng had done it. I wouldn't have thought that there'd be such a story between this exchange of ancient scriptures, murmured Lin Feng. At that moment, at the edge of Ice Moon Lake, the atmosphere was grave and solemn. Many young heroes from vast celestial ancient city were there, along with 9 celestial girls from Moon Palace. Congratulations to Miss Yu and Brother Chu for your union. Not just that, you can even exchange ancient scriptures now, said Song Xiao, nodding at a celestial and beautiful woman. That was the woman who had spent a lot of time with Chu Chunqiu, and with whom he was going to exchange ancient scriptures. Thank you very much, said Miss Yu, smiling. For the celestial women from Moon Palace, the situation was great. She could obtain 2 ancient scriptures by joining the Moon Palace. She obtained the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures when they joined the Moon Palace, and more ancient scriptures from any young men they chose. That was the reason why so many women wanted to join the Moon Palace. Song Xiao was the same. He loved women, but he wouldn't have given ancient scriptures to a woman without something in return. Brother Lang Yi, when will Miss Qing and you deepen your relationship? Asked Song Xiao, smiling at Lang Yi. Lang Yi had spent a lot of time with Miss Qing those days, so they were quite close. Song Xiao was worried though, because Lang Yi seemed to have fallen in love. He had the World King body, so that was a bit problematic. My ancient scriptures aren't suitable for her, Lang Yi said indifferently. Song Xiao smiled, but didn't ask anything else. At that moment, waves of energies were rolling in the distance. They looked terrifying, as powerful as King's energies. The King of Hell Palace is here, thought the crowd. Many people knew that the King of Hell Palace had come to vast celestial ancient city, and many people were able to recognize Jun Mo Shi already. I've heard that he has an imperial immortal body and that he had become one of the descendants of King of Hell Palace. He has a high position in the hierarchy of their group now. He's probably as strong, if not stronger, than Dugu the winner or Lang Yi, thought the crowd. Lang Yi and Dugu the winner looked over at Jun Mo Shi. They both had king bodies, so they felt even more determined after learning about Jun Mo Shi. Jun Mo Shi sensed that those two were looking at him, so he released some king chi. The gathering of the kings, thought the crowd, looking at the 3 with the king bodies. Imperial immortal body, said Song Xiao, nodding at Jun Mo Shi. Congratulations for having joined the King of Hell Palace. Heaven Clan, Song Xiao. Jun Mo Shi had heard of him. He just nodded and smiled hypocritically at him. Jun Mo Shi had heard that Song Xiao was one of Lin Feng's enemies. Therefore, Jun Mo Shi just nodded at him for a second and then looked away. Jun Mo Shi didn't give him much face. Chapter 1708, Break. Jun Mo Shi ignored Song Xiao, passing next to him to get to Lang Yi. Lang Yi had a king body and was from the World Clan. He had heard that the World Clan protected Lin Feng, so Jun Mo Shi had a positive impression of them. King of Hell Palace, Jun Mo Shi, said Jun Mo Shi, nodding and smiling at Lang Yi. Lang Yi was surprised. They both had king bodies, but Jun Mo Shi didn't look at him as if he was a competitor. He seemed friendly. Even though the World Clan was powerful, the King of Hell Palace was probably stronger. But since Jun Mo Shi was nice, he had to be polite too. He stood up and nodded at Jun Mo Shi, World Clan, Lang Yi. We will be good friends, said Jun Mo Shi in a warm and friendly way. Lang Yi was even more surprised. He didn't say anything. He didn't know why Jun Mo Shi was talking to him like that. Jun Mo Shi looked at the 9 celestial women and he noticed Yi Ren Lei amongst them. He remained calm, serene, and pensive. Yi Ren Lei had chosen her own path, so to Jun Mo Shi, Yi Ren Lei was just an acquaintance. Mister, replied Yi Ren Lei, smiling. That world was vast, but sometimes it seemed small. Lin Feng, Jun Mo Shi, and Ira and Lei were all in vast celestial ancient city at the same time. What were the odds? Jun Mo. She looked away as if he didn't really know her. Chu Chunqiu. Some people waved at Chu Chunqiu. You're here, said Miss Yu, smiling at Chu Chunqiu in a warm and gentle manner. If Chu Chunqiu hadn't come, it would have been a problem. She had the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures and she wanted Chu Chunqiu's sky-absorbing Holy Scriptures. Of course I'm here, I promised you after all, answered Chu Chunqiu. By talking that way, it was as if he were doing all that for Miss Yu, but most people understood that if he hadn't wanted the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures, he wouldn't have come. Jun Mo. She also noticed Lin Feng, who looked strange. He was wearing clean white clothes and looked quite ordinary. I'm sure he can solve the issue. He didn't know that Lin Feng had already solved his problem. Nobody knew Lin Feng's secret apart from the king of the animal world. Besides, nobody knew what Lin Feng's cultivation level was, only he knew. Jun Mo. She. Lin Feng's eyes flashed. Since he spent most of his time in the animal world, he didn't know what was going on in vast celestial ancient city. Therefore, he was surprised to see Jun Mo. She from the King of Hell Palace. They smiled at each other without saying anything. It must be Jun Mo. She from the King of Hell Palace. I've heard that he has an imperial immortal body. I don't know why he came to vast celestial ancient city though, said Qing Feng when she saw Jun Mo. She smiling at them. King of Hell Palace, a new descendant. Lin Feng was very happy to see that Jun Mo. She was doing well. Everybody, today Miss Yu and Chu Chunqiu will exchange ancient scriptures. If anyone wants to exchange ancient scriptures with the celestial women of the Moon Palace, please choose one, said a girl from the Moon Imperial Palace, smiling thinly. Miss Yu, Chu Chunqiu, please proceed, said the woman, smiling. Chu Chunqiu and Miss Yu walked forwards and nodded. Then they opened their third eyes and a light appeared between them. They had the scriptures in their memories because carrying around a golden book was too risky. Chu Chunqiu's godly awareness penetrated into Miss Yu's brain and vice versa at the same time, that way, nobody could fool anyone. They're really exchanging scriptures. The crowd frowned. Could the other holy clans possibly stand aside and watch the Chu clan rise, thought some people. Boom! While everybody was lost in thought, a terrifying energy filled the sky. Then a golden hand descended from the sky towards Chu Chunqiu and Miss Yu. People couldn't even follow it with their eyes because it was too fast. Someone is plotting against them, thought the crowd. A strong wind started blowing, then Chu Chunqiu and Miss Yu suddenly disappeared. The gigantic golden hand dug into the ground where they had been, leaving a gigantic crater. More terrifying chi emerged, and someone shouted furiously, "Who dares attack the Chu clan?" People raised their heads and saw two blurry silhouettes in the sky. They couldn't see their faces clearly. At that moment, Chu Chunqiu and Miss Yu reappeared above Ice Moon Lake. A woman covered by a veil was standing in front of them, her chi terrifying. Suddenly, an enigmatic and unfathomable chi rose up in the air. It seemed that some great emperors were there too. Chapter 1709, Godly Imprint King Body. The crowd moved away, nobody wanted to be close to great emperors as they fought. Someone wants to prevent them from proceeding with the exchange, thought the crowd. They gazed into the distance but could only see a blurry silhouette. The silhouette was too far off, but they could sense the terrifyingly oppressive energies coming from them. However, at that moment, explosions were sounding above Moon Imperial Palace. A pavilion exploded, and someone appeared. That person's clothes were torn apart, and their hair looked messy. They somewhat resembled a caveman, but those who were around him felt oppressed. Such a terrifying cultivator is here in Moon Imperial Palace, thought the crowd. That person jumped into the air and disappeared, throwing themselves at the great emperor. Arg! Suddenly, a terrifying voice sounded from the distance. The great emperor who was trying to interrupt the event turned deathly pale, as that shout alone had made him cough up blood. He immediately ran away after the shout. Arg! Another shout sounded. The great emperor who looked like a caveman immediately appeared in front of the other great emperor, punching the air in his direction. The great emperor's face was deathly pale. He had started running, but the insane caveman-like cultivator wasn't going to give him any chances. Lin Feng was astonished. It was his second time seeing a great emperor look so weak before another cultivator. Boom! With that punch, the great emperor died. However, the second great emperor had managed to escape. How strong, thought the crowd. The Moon Palace was extremely mysterious. How many celestial women did they have? How many ancient scriptures? And how many people did they have who were as strong as that insane cultivator? At that moment, the strong cultivators of the Chu clan looked at the celestial woman and said, "I am glad to see that the Moon Palace had planned for this. We invited all the outstanding young people of vast celestial ancient city, so we had to be prepared. Nobody can interrupt us during the exchange," said that woman with a smile. The strong cultivator of the Chu clan smiled and nodded, "Since it's that way, I'm off," and he departed as well. After he left, the woman smiled at everyone. "If anyone else decides to exchange ancient scriptures with the Moon Palace, don't worry, nothing will happen to you. Besides, the Moon Palace has many ancient scriptures to exchange with. If you are willing to pay the price, we are always willing to exchange." The Moon Palace is confident, they even announced that they have many, thought the crowd. "If you trust us, please hold on and you'll see how powerful the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures are," said the girl, smiling. Then, Chu Chun Chiu and Miss Yu finished exchanging the ancient scriptures. The Moon Imperial Palace had new scriptures, the sky-absorbing holy scriptures. At the same time, Chu Chun Chiu could study the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures. Chu Chun Chiu is incredible, he'll become even stronger in the future, thought the crowd. Dugu the winner and Lang Yi felt the pressure even more now. Today, we invited everyone, not only to exchange ancient scriptures, but also to learn more about them. I'll introduce you to someone, said the woman, smiling. Then, someone came out of the Moon Palace slowly. That person was wearing a golden robe and their chi looked extraordinary. Everybody was looking at Dugu the winner now. It's him, thought Lin Feng. That person looked like Dugu the winner, he too had 3,600 dazzling imprints floating around him. He really looks like Dugu the winner, thought the crowd. That person's imprints looked even more authentic than Dugu the winner's imprints. The Dugu clan studies ancient celestial imprint spells, so they have many ancient imprint techniques. They have both defensive and offensive spells, so their ancient scriptures are perfect for anyone. We modified the imprint techniques from the Dugu clan already, does anyone want to see them? The girl explained, smiling. Since you modified the Dugu clan spells, I'll give it a try, said Dugu the winner. He wasn't happy. Surprisingly, someone was imitating him. Alright, using the godly imprint king body is obviously the best thing to do, said the girl, smiling. Then, that fake Dugu the winner jumped forwards. Dugu the winner and his clone faced each other, each with 3,600 imprints floating around them. Die, shouted Dugu the winner furiously. His ancient imprints rotated at full speed and moved towards the opponent. However, the opponent did the same thing. The imprints collided, making the ground beneath them quake violently. It seems that the authentic godly imprint king body is stronger, much stronger. Explosions continued to go off as Dugu the winner seemed to have gone insane. His opponent could only dodge his attacks. Gotcha. At that moment, a gigantic hand appeared, it looked like a celestial hand as it descended towards Dugu. These are the basics of the celestial imprint spells, he definitely can't be any stronger than Dugu, who has the king body of the Dugu clan, said the girl. However, the fake Dugu the winner was really incredibly strong. He controlled too many types of strength and was adept at dodging. Many people wanted to obtain the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures as they watched the fight play out. Chapter 17:10, A Good Laugh. The last time I saw him, he was still a Zun cultivator, but now he's an emperor, thought Lin Feng. Last time, the imitator who had attacked him was already very strong, he could control several types of strength and had mysterious powers. The one who was fighting against Dugu the winner was oppressed, but he was still managing. Is that the purpose of the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures? Were they created to fight against people who have special king-type bodies? Whispered someone in the crowd. Dugu the winner released 1,000 punches which turned into ancient celestial imprints, blotting out the sky. However, the fake Dugu the winner moved like the wind and dodged all of them, before suddenly disappearing. However, the imprints continued filling the sky. The smiling woman shook her hand and a terrifying strength blocked the imprints, immediately destroying them. The fake Dugu the winner descended from the sky and landed next to the woman. The agility technique of the Xing clan. Dugu the winner looked at the fake one in a strange way. The Xing clan was one of the other ancient clans in vast celestial ancient city. They were also a holy clan in the antiquity which had fallen. However, their agility technique was still very famous in vast celestial ancient city. The real Dugu won, the battle is over, said the woman smiling. Today, everybody saw the power of the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures. Now, Prince Chu also knows it. He can modify the sky-absorbing Holy Scriptures and make them even more powerful. Dugu the winner frowned. The other young men also remained silent. The Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures were so powerful, they even allowed cultivators to exchange anything. What the girl was meaning to say was that you either watch Chu Chun Chiu rise or you exchange ancient scriptures with us too. Besides, they felt even more pressure, because the sky-absorbing holy scriptures were terrifying. At a certain level, they allowed a cultivator to absorb people's determination and use it for themselves. Chu Chun Chiu was discreet, but if someday he reached such a level, he would be able to eat all of them with one bite. The Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures are mysterious, but I, Dugu the winner, am not interested in them. I wonder if you have other skills and techniques which might be more suitable for me, said Dugu the winner. The crowd was surprised, and looked back at the woman. The woman looked surprised, but then she smiled thinly and said, it seems like the Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures are not suitable for everyone. I'll come back with a few different ancient scriptures then. The woman promptly left, leaving everyone looking even more enthusiastic. Brother Dugu, what kind of ancient holy scriptures do you want? Asked Song Xiao, smiling at Dugu the winner. Ancient holy scriptures which would allow me to carry out more powerful attacks, said Dugu the winner. Dugu the winner liked power, and with a godly imprint king body, his attacks were already terrifying, but if he had more powerful attacks, he'd be even more terrifying. He wouldn't need to fear Chu Chun Chiu anymore. If Chu Chun Chiu dared absorb his determination, then Dugu the winner would just have to kill him in one strike. Sir, you came from the holy city, so you're an erudite. Do you know any ancient scriptures which would allow me to carry out more powerful attacks? Asked Dugu the winner to Jun Mo Shi. The continent is vast, even though offensive spells are rare, there are still many. If you want to obtain them, it won't be that easy. I don't think that the Moon Palace has anything interesting for you, said Jun Mo Shi indifferently. What do you practice? You must have terrifying spells, said Song Xiao, smiling at Jun Mo Shi. He was trying to become friends with Jun Mo Shi. Immortal scriptures, said Jun Mo Shi, sounding calm. You're joking. Immortal scriptures don't exist, and even if they existed, only peerless cultivators would have access to them. Everyone dies someday, that's life, even great emperors. Nobody can really be immortal, said Song Xiao. Have you ever heard of the past life scriptures? Jun Mo Shi looked at Song Xiao indifferently and mockingly. The past life scriptures. The crowd was awestruck. Those ancient scriptures were extremely famous in the Dark Night region. A peerless cultivator had made them, and they supposedly allowed a cultivator to live forever. While leveling up, his physical body became terrifyingly powerful and so did his energies. Of course I have, replied Song Xiao, even when the physical body dies, the soul of the cultivator doesn't die. If he's almost immortal, his past life continues. Since the past life scriptures exist, why wouldn't you think immortal scriptures exist, said Jun Mo Shi indifferently. You're just lacking experience. Song Xiao's face turned pale, he was speechless. Even though he had just been humiliated, he controlled himself and said, as expected, you're an erudite. Sorry for my ignorance. However, please do tell me how someone could be immortal, since the physical body and the soul always die. Do you know the 3 lives great emperor? Asked Jun Mo Shi. I know the 3 lives great emperor, of course, said Song Xiao. Do you know how old the 3 lives great emperor is? Asked Jun Mo Shi. I think that apart from the man himself, nobody knows how old he is, said Song Xiao. You're not only ignorant, you're a total moron, said Jun Mo Shi, laughing. Everybody laughed along with Jun Mo Shi. The 3 lives great emperor made the 3 lives scriptures, fine, but that's just an example. What immortal scriptures are you talking about? Said Song Xiao. Although he was upset, he continued smiling. Impossibly stupid, Lin Feng laughed. Song Xiao was speechless. Jun Mo Shi was making fun of him and still Song Xiao continued asking questions. I'm talking to you, shouted Song Xiao. Lin Feng had infuriated him and now Jun Mo Shi was, too. He was trying to be friendly with Jun Mo Shi, but Jun Mo Shi was making fun of him and humiliating him. Lin Feng even said he was impossibly stupid. Are you talking to Jun Mo Shi? Did you even ask him if he wanted to talk to you? You keep insisting, but you're only annoying him, said Lin Feng. Lin Feng, trust me, even if the animal world protects you, it might not last long before they kick you out. Then nobody will be there to protect you anymore, said Song Xiao. You don't need to worry about me. I've been ignoring the fact that you were annoying my friend, otherwise I would have taught you a lesson, said Lin Feng. Your friend? Song Xiao looked at Lin Feng and asked. Ridiculous, who's your friend? Me, said Jun Mo Shi. Song Xiao frowned as he turned to Jun Mo Shi and then to Lin Feng again. Lin Feng and Jun Mo Shi from the King of Hell Palace were friends. I have the feeling that the Heaven Clan's disciples are weird, said Jun Mo Shi, smiling at Lin Feng. You're right, no matter how you look at it, said Lin Feng, shrugging. Otherwise, he wouldn't act as proud as he does. He's just too weak. Lin Feng and Jun Mo Shi continued talking like that for a while, leaving Song Xiao speechless and upset. He was able to control himself, but it felt horrible. Chapter 17:11, Chatting about ancient scriptures. Everybody looked surprised. Lin Feng and Jun Mo Shi were good friends, but how? No wonder Jun Mo Shi wasn't acting friendly with Song Xiao, and that he had told Lang Yi that they would be good friends. Interesting. Lin Feng has been abandoned by the gods, he's the animal world's son-in-law, and now Jun Mo Shi, who has an imperial immortal body, is his friend, so the King of Hell Palace will also be on his side. Lin Feng has 2 friends with king-type bodies, thought the crowd. Since Song Xiao has provoked Lin Feng so much, he won't be able to become friends with Jun Mo Shi. If he had known that Lin Feng and Jun Mo Shi were such good friends, he might have acted differently, but now they're making fun of him in front of everyone, thought the crowd. Song Xiao processed this all quickly and decided to say, you're really lucky the animal clan saved you. You're really lucky too. If you weren't from the Heaven Clan, you would have died a long time ago, replied Lin Feng. Song Xiao looked even more upset. You dare say that? Die! Lin Feng suddenly shouted. His eyes became ice cold, and his voice carried death-cursing strength. Then, he moved like the wind, appearing in front of Song Xiao, and immediately punched the air in his direction. Song Shao wasn't ready for Lin Feng's attack. The death-cursing strength permeated his eyes, instantly weakening him. He acted quickly and released a gigantic heavenly hand while moving away, but the clash between their energies caused him to groan in pain and cough up blood. Lin Feng didn't chase him. Instead, he recalled his qi and looked at Song Shao indifferently. Gotcha. Song Shao clenched his fists. He had just been humiliated and now he was being attacked. Lin Feng didn't care about him, so he didn't say anything else. It was better to ignore people like him. Jun Mo Shi and Lin Feng hadn't seen each other for a long time now, so they didn't have any time to waste with Song Shao. Besides, Lin Feng already considered himself above Song Shao, so he wasn't that interested in fighting him anymore. Jun Mo Shi's eyes twinkled and he smiled indifferently. Abandoned by the gods. He didn't believe in those things, they didn't know what Jun Mo Shi and Lin Feng had had to go through before. Imperial Culpa was only another obstacle for Lin Feng. He was convinced that Lin Feng could solve any problem. At that moment, the woman from Moon Palace returned in front of everyone and smiled, "We have many ancient scriptures, I can show you some of them." "Celestial luck scriptures," said the woman. The crowd was surprised, the Moon Imperial Palace had the celestial luck scriptures. According to legends, it allowed cultivators to steal and modify the strength of the earth and sky while absorbing the power of the sun and moon. It was very mysterious. Moon Imperial Palace has existed for a long time, so it's no surprise that they have a lot of ancient scriptures. The celestial luck scriptures would make any strong cultivator go insane. If the Moon Imperial Palace hadn't been so strong, they wouldn't have openly admitted it, thought the crowd. Celestial Evolution Holy Scriptures, Celestial Luck Scriptures, and now the Sky-Absorbing Holy Scriptures. Boundless Walker, said the beautiful woman. Impossible, thought the crowd. Some people immediately started rising up in the air. One of the guys was from the Xing clan. "How could the Moon Imperial Palace have ancient holy scriptures which belong to my clan?" asked that person sullenly. The Boundless Walker was a terrifying spell which provided unparalleled speed and stamina. "We have it, we have no reason to lie," said the woman indifferently. "What else do you have?" asked Duga the winner. "One more, but I don't know who made it. It's an ancient holy book and it's not complete, but its offensive part is terrifying," said the beautiful woman. "The last ones are the indestructible Devamara scriptures, an incredible demonic cultivator made it. It's powerful, aggressive, and it helps the demon cultivator improve his physical strength. If you find the rest of the scriptures, then they become priceless. Unfortunately, the version we have now is not complete," said the woman. Many people frowned. Improve one's physical strength as a demonic cultivator. Chapter 17:12, Who has the past life scriptures? Initially, people thought that scriptures which were not complete were useless. Of course, when the girl explained the situation, many people started thinking that it wasn't a bad idea to get that one though. Some pages were missing, but if they eventually found the rest, it would be worth it. The only problem was that it was also difficult to practice. It consisted of aggressive demonic attacks, so the cultivator had to ensure that they would be able to resist the terrifying strength first. Even then, it was still more suitable for demon cultivators. Lin Feng's mind started running full speed. Those ancient scriptures seemed perfect for him, as if they had solely been created for him. He could already resist cosmic energies and his physical body had broken through to the Huang Qi layer. After using the spells in the indestructible Devamara scriptures, he might even be even stronger than supernatural birds. The only problem was that the Moon Imperial Palace was showing those ancient scriptures because they wanted to exchange them. Without something of similar value, people couldn't get anything, and Lin Feng had nothing he could exchange for the indestructible Devamara scriptures besides the 3 live scriptures. And the problem there was that he couldn't take out the 3 live scriptures in front of everyone, that would be too dangerous. "How many pages are missing in the third one?" asked Duga the winner. "I have no idea, because I've never read them, said the smiling woman. But I can guarantee that practicing its spells is absolutely no problem. It seems that only the end is missing, not the beginning, she continued. Dugu the winner didn't ask anything else about the indestructible Devamara scriptures again. Incomplete scriptures weren't that interesting, and he wasn't even a demon cultivator. Dugu the winner was interested in both the celestial luck scriptures and the boundless walker. But Dugu the winner also understood that to get something from the women was to exchange them for the past imprint techniques, at which point the scriptures from his clan would be known by Moon Palace. Even though he possessed the godly imprint king body, he wasn't the leader of the Dugu clan, so he couldn't do as he wished. Everybody understands that those ancient scriptures are incredible. Not only will you gain new scriptures, but if you accept to exchange scriptures with us, we'll consider you as our friends, said the smiling woman. How many books does the Moon Palace have by now? Who is the leader? Empress Shi, thought Lin Feng. Since Uxin had started acting strangely, and that Empress Shi had come back to life, how strong was she as well? What was her cultivation level? Could she manage the Moon Imperial Palace? I want all 3 books, what can I do? Asked someone at that moment. The crowd looked at him, it was someone in the distance. His silhouette looked blurry and the crowd couldn't see his face, making him look very mysterious. It's not a real person, it's only a strong cultivator's illusion. He wants to hide his real social status, thought the crowd. Just say what you want to exchange, said the woman, smiling at the blurry silhouette. These 3 books are all ancient holy scriptures. How can you pay for 3 of them? Getting rid of one's corporeal body, vitality, determination, will, it's like getting rid of one's body and then finding a new one, like reincarnation. It's a cycle, you turn into a cocoon and then into a butterfly, immortality spells, said a loud voice. The beautiful woman looked pleasantly surprised. At the same time, Jun Mo Shi suddenly released sharp energies. He was fixedly staring at the blurry silhouette. The past life scriptures, is that enough? Asked the blurry silhouette. The crowd was astonished, the past life scriptures. Is it the Taoist priest who had appeared in the Celestial Evolution Holy Clan? Thought Jun Mo Shi. Please show your face, otherwise, how could we exchange anything? Said the woman, smiling. However, the blurry silhouette stopped and disappeared. First, we must exchange the ancient scriptures, and if you accept, I will exchange the scriptures with you. But if I show my face and you don't, then what do I do? Asked the blurry silhouette. Chapter 1713, Immortal People from the Antiquity. The celestial woman's eyes flashed. Then she said, Your Excellency, I don't know who you are, but how can I trust you when say you have the past life scriptures? Prove it, and only then will we proceed with the exchange. If you promise we'll proceed with the exchange, then I will appear immediately, replied the silhouette. The woman frowned and said, You're stubborn. Why did you actually come? Just to cause trouble? You're ridiculous. I told you I would appear if you promised that you'd accept to exchange the scriptures. I said it in front of everyone, so if your Moon Imperial Palace doesn't want to trade scriptures, then why pretend? Said the silhouette, laughing indifferently. The past life scriptures are extremely powerful, why wouldn't we want them? Said the woman in a calm way. Because the Moon Palace already has the past life scriptures, said the person. The women from Moon Palace were astonished. Their Moon Palace had the past life scriptures. The atmosphere became silent for a few seconds, and then the woman smiled and said, We do have many scriptures, but I don't know which scriptures we have precisely. Do you know better than me? You can try and you'll know, said the mysterious person. People didn't understand what he meant, try. Try what? Suddenly, a terrifying energy rose to the sky. The pressure above the Moon Imperial Palace was terrifying. People could sense that it was probably a great emperor. Another strong cultivator, thought the crowd, astonished. Boom! A terrifying wind started blowing, quickly bombarded Moon Imperial Palace. Some buildings instantly collapsed, and their pieces fell into the water, causing terrifying waves. Somebody dares destroy the Moon Palace's buildings. How audacious! Boom! Two cultivators collided with each other in the sky, creating waves in the lake which were so high that they could see the bottom of the lake. What a terrifying energy, thought the crowd. Dong! An ancient bell rang, and its sound waves assaulted the crowd. How come holy great emperors are here, thought Lin Feng. That emperor was also surrounded by an illusion chi, so the crowd couldn't see their face. Nobody tried to block him as he approached. One of them jumped forwards and a terrifying explosive strength surrounded Moon Imperial Palace. However, two gigantic hands formed, and a terrifying destructive curtain of energy appeared. The crowd saw someone come out of the ruins. That person looked majestic and domineering, his hair was completely messy, he also looked even more terrifying than the insane cultivator who had appeared before. The newcomer rose up in the air, and the battle continued. Another terrifying wave of destructive energies rolled out. Was there another holy great emperor arriving? Several ancient holy clans must have participated, thought the crowd. There couldn't be so many holy great emperors in vast celestial ancient city unless the ancient holy clans were participating together. The second insane guy was terrifying. That guy's determination and vitality were strange, it's as if he could absorb other people's determination. Sky-absorbing holy scriptures, thought the crowd. How was that possible? The terrifying absorbing strength was absorbing their determination, and the energies were spilling over into the crowd. That's the sky-absorbing holy scriptures from the Chu clan, said a strong cultivator from the Chu clan. He looked upset. It's been 1,000 years, but you're surprisingly still alive, exclaimed a voice at that moment. It's him, the insane cultivator of the Chu clan, thought the crowd. Explain everything, Moon Palace, said that strong cultivator from the Chu clan. He used to be the insane cultivator of the Chu clan, but he died 1,000 years ago, and now he's not from the Chu clan anymore, said that woman. The strong cultivator from the Chu clan frowned and said, he seems very alive to me. He's not the same person anymore, the insane cultivator of the Chu clan really did die, said the woman, insisting. That's the Moon Palace's explanation, asked a strong cultivator from the Chu clan coldly. Some people rose up in the air from the crowd, all strong cultivators from the Chu clan. The crowd looked at them in a strange way and the woman smiled in a cold way, the Chu clan had already prepared. We didn't get prepared, we've just heard that some of our members were imprisoned in your Moon Palace, so we came to see if it was true. If I hadn't seen that, I wouldn't have said anything, said the strong cultivator of the Chu clan. The members of the Xing clan rose up in the air and fixedly stared at the silhouette on the lake. Uncle. The situation is out of control, thought Lin Feng. The Moon Palace was too mysterious, he hadn't expected that they'd control so many strong cultivators. Someone wanted the Moon Palace to spill their secrets, thought Lin Feng, looking at the silhouettes in the distance. Lin Feng, called out a voice at that moment. Lin Feng was surprised, but smiled instantly. Master, long time no see, the person who called out for Lin Feng was the weapon manufacturing master from Goldfire Tower. Huh, Lin Feng, you're already famous in vast celestial ancient city. Even I have heard about you, said the smiling professor. I was abandoned by the gods, but is that a good reputation, answered Lin Feng, shrugging. The professor just laughed and pointed at the person next to him. Lin Feng, this is an elder of Goldfire Tower, Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. Hello, master, said Lin Feng to the middle-aged man. Surprisingly, the Celestial Emperor was a weapon craftsman. As expected, you're quite extraordinary. I've heard a lot about you, said Duanmu the Celestial Emperor, smiling back at Lin Feng. Lin Feng smiled and said, Master Duanmu, what's going on here? Master Duanmu looked at the battle and said, if I'm not mistaken, that guy was right, Moon Palace does have the past life scriptures. Chapter 1714, News from the World, the Past Life Scriptures. Lin Feng was captivated again. Those people had died, but were immortal because their determination lived on. They just had their physical body rebuilt. Are they made of determination or flesh, thought Lin Feng, frowning. It seemed that with the past life scriptures, people could create a body. Just like the Netherworld Demon Emperor, his determination hadn't dispersed after he died. That means that the Netherworld Demon Emperor might still exist, whispered Lin Feng. Even if Empress Shi didn't love the Netherworld Demon Emperor, she still wouldn't kill him, so he had to be alive. It seems that those people understood the Moon Palace's situation, so they joined hands to attack them, whispered Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. That mysterious cultivator is terrifying. How did he make so many strong cultivators show up, wondered Duanmu from the Celestial Emperor with a smile. Lin Feng and the others nodded agreement. Tian Wang, shouted a cultivator from the Heaven Clan. Surprisingly, the one who used to be the best disciple from the Heaven Clan 500 years ago was with Moon Palace. Tsang Tian Wang, the crowd was astonished. That person had messy black hair, wore a black robe, and looked bestial. Tsang Tian Wang, he used to be the first disciple of the Heaven Clan 500 years ago. When he was only 19 years old, he broke through to the Huang Qi layer, and after that, he disappeared. Surprisingly, he was in Moon Palace the entire time, said Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. Moon Palace is really strong, thought Lin Feng. Can the Moon Palace explain this? Said someone at that moment. Energies rolled in waves on the horizon, shaking the crowd violently. Their determination was being affected by demonic determination, making them lose control. 9 netherworlds, thought Lin Feng, frowning. That pitch-black energy was demonic determination. At the same time, a voice emerged from the Moon Palace, what do you want to hear? Then, 2 silhouettes rose up in the air, a black one and a white one. Empress Shi, the crowd was astonished. The woman wearing white clothes was Empress Shi. 9 netherworlds. Lin Feng looked at the person next to Empress Shi, a silhouette in black clothes with messy long hair. Master Duanmu, how strong is the consciousness of the 9 netherworlds emperor? Asked Lin Feng. He couldn't know what the Netherworld Demon Emperor's cultivation level was at, he was too weak. Of course, Lin Feng wasn't happy, he didn't like Empress Shi because of Wuxia, but he also understood her position. Celestial Emperor, replied Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. The Netherworld Demon Emperor was a Celestial Emperor, it was no wonder he could fight against the 3 Lives Great Emperor. The 3 Lives Great Emperor was just a great emperor, but he was a lot stronger than anyone else at that level. He had the power of a holy emperor, and maybe he was even stronger than that. They died and I made them come back to life. Not only don't you show gratitude, but on top of that, you seem angry, asked Empress Shi in a calm way. Do you think we'll believe you if you say that the past life scriptures are so easy to understand? Besides, if they were immortal, their consciousness would have remained the same, rebutted a strong cultivator. If they had studied the past life scriptures, they wouldn't have forgotten their own identities as they had. They died once, but it's none of your business. However, I promise that if you want to use them, we'd be happy to lend them to you 3 times, said Empress Shi, still sounding calm. 3 times? We still want to know why you control them, spat a strong cultivator coldly. If the Xing clan doesn't agree, then you can start fighting Moon Palace, said Empress Shi firmly. She didn't want to negotiate anymore. Since the Moon Palace has people from everywhere, why not ask them to pay with ancient holy scriptures, asked the one whose face was still covered. Empress Shi, what do you think? Asked the strong cultivator of the Chu clan. Empress Shi's eyes twinkled as she said, all right, Moon Palace will offer scriptures to everyone according to their cultivation level. Holy great emperors will obtain ancient holy scriptures, and if anyone doesn't agree, then they can fight us. All right then, said the strong cultivator of the Chu clan. The crowd was furious though. The strong cultivator from the Chu clan was already a holy great emperor, which meant that he was going to receive ancient holy scriptures by agreeing. "I'll offer that book to the Chu clan," said Empress Shi in a calm way. "Thank you very much, Empress Shi, but the Chu clan should choose what book they want," said the strong cultivator from the Chu clan. "I choose, and you won't argue because it's already a great deal," said Empress Shi. How could she let them choose? She couldn't show everyone all the books they had. The strong cultivator of the Chu clan remained silent for a few seconds and finally nodded, "All right, since it's that way, I'm off." Then the strong cultivator left. Many other strong cultivators looked upset, especially those who didn't have someone in the Moon Palace. The Xing clan also accepted Empress Shi's offer. The Xing clan had become quite weak, so obtaining ancient scriptures might pull them out of their mess. Lin Feng turned around and saw some members from the Heaven clan next to him. He whispered, "Back then, the Demon Emperor transmitted the Song of the Nine Netherworlds to me, and now I'm seeing him again. Even though I can't break through to the Huang Qi layer and even though I don't understand the demon song that well, even if I can't get the indestructible Devamara scriptures, it doesn't matter, I'll still become a strong demon cultivator." Chapter 17-15, Trading. Nine Netherworlds Demonic Song. Duanmu the Celestial Emperor frowned and looked at Lin Feng. What was Lin Feng saying? He had the Nine Netherworlds Demonic Song. Lin Feng, did the Netherworld Demon Emperor truly transmit the Song of the Nine Netherworlds to you? Asked Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. "I have no reason to lie to you," said Lin Feng, smiling. In the distance, Zhang Ling, the modern leader of the Heaven clan, looked down at Lin Feng with a glint in his eyes. The Moon Palace had the indestructible Devamara scriptures, but unfortunately, they were not complete. "Lin Feng, my boy," said Zhang Ling, smiling at Lin Feng politely. "Master Zhang Ling, what can I do for you?" asked Lin Feng when he saw that smile, smiling back. "Lin Feng, my boy, you're too polite. Call me uncle, we've spent so much time together," replied Zhang Ling, smiling widely. Lin Feng was amused on the inside. Zhang Ling was at least 1,000 years old, so grandpa would have been more adequate than uncle. "Master, what do you want from me?" asked Lin Feng. "I've heard that the Netherworld Demon Emperor disappeared thousands of years ago, and now he has reappeared here. This has to do with the past life scriptures, so how did you meet the Netherworld Demon Emperor before?" asked Zhang Ling. "Master, look and you'll know," said Lin Feng smiling. Then, his facial expression suddenly became ice-cold and an aggressive demon chi rose up in the air. Then, it penetrated Zhang Ling's brain, turning Zhang Ling's eyes dark. The Nine Netherworlds Demonic Song. Zhang Ling shivered. "Lin Feng, my boy, you control the Song of the Nine Netherworlds. Unfortunately, you haven't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, that's really a pity. I have some ancient scriptures, and they're not bad either, I can give you some with the hope that you can use them to break through to the Huang Qi layer," said Zhang Ling. Lin Feng smiled thinly. Duanmu the Celestial Emperor and the professor in golden-purple clothes looked at him in a deep and meaningful way, this sly old man. Lin Feng shook his head, "I'm a demon cultivator, although I can level up using other spells and techniques, I prefer only using powerful demon skills and techniques. The Moon Palace has the indestructible Devamara scriptures, which isn't bad, but unfortunately, I can't have them. The Netherworld Demon Emperor is already here, so I could never trade his song for something else," Lin Feng explained, sighing. Zhang Ling didn't insist, but said, "If we obtain the indestructible Devamara scriptures, would you like to trade them, Lin Feng, my boy?" Zhang Ling said, while walking away and smiling. Suddenly, some terrifying energies formed and instantly oppressed Lin Feng, a gigantic hand from heaven. "Zhang Ling, you're the leader of the Heaven clan, so what do you think you are doing?" asked Lin Feng. He couldn't fight against a great emperor, and he couldn't resist one's oppressive energies either. Zhang Ling looked at Duanmu the Celestial Emperor in a cold way and walked away. Lin Feng's heart was pounding violently, as if it was going to explode. "Don't blame me, little boy, I just wanted to see what kind of body you had to see if you could actually break through to the Huang Qi layer, said Song Ling with a smile. You didn't give me an answer. Master, if you manage to get the demon scriptures, I would be willing to exchange them, Lin Feng replied. He was a bit surprised, trying to see what kind of body he had. Ridiculous, if the animal world didn't protect Lin Feng, Song Ling would have immediately kidnapped him. Alright, then I'll do my best to obtain the indestructible Devamara scriptures, said Song Ling. He rolled up his sleeves and started running. Lin Feng, be careful, Song Ling will take the indestructible Devamara scriptures, but I'm not sure he'll exchange them. He might even attack you. Even though the animal clan protects you, those ancient holy clans are mysterious, and some people are ready to do anything, said Duanmu the Celestial Emperor. Lin Feng nodded. If he agreed to trade his scriptures with Song Ling, Lin Feng knew that he would steal the 9 netherworlds' demonic song from him. Of course, Lin Feng had already thought through all of this before. Empress Shi, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan. Song Ling was next to him. What? Asked Empress Shi. I am interested in the indestructible Devamara scriptures. I can even trade the celestial heaven scriptures for them, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan. The crowd looked at him in a strange way. Why did the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan suddenly say he wanted to exchange the celestial heaven scriptures for an incomplete demon scripture? Now? Asked Empress Shi. Indeed. Now, you and I can trade the scriptures immediately, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan. All right. Empress Shi nodded, and they both released their godly awareness. They were both terrifying cultivators, so they could do that without having anything to fear. They started trading scriptures, and because they had so many memories, it only took a few seconds. After a few seconds, the strong cultivator from the Heaven clan smiled, all right, we're off. Then, he ran away, but didn't leave. He ran towards Lin Feng, making Lin Feng frown. He hadn't thought they'd react so fast. Did he have to transmit the 9 netherworlds' demonic song to him now? Lin Feng, my boy, let's go to the Heaven clan, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan with a smile, but deep in his eyes, one could see the coldness. I have things to do, another day perhaps, replied Lin Feng, with a noncommittal smile. Why another day? You really wanted the scriptures, so I hurried to make you happy. Let's go, said the strong cultivator, as a gigantic hand descended from the sky towards Lin Feng. Stop, shouted Jun Mo Shi in a cold way. Qin Feng had also broken a talisman. Stop, said the strong cultivator from the Heaven clan to Jun Mo Shi and Lang Yi. Lang Yi, my little boy, and Jun Mo Shi, come to the Heaven clan, too. You'll be our guests of honor. Master Demon Emperor, shouted Lin Feng. He was calling the Netherworld Demon Emperor his master. Master, I found some of your belongings in the small world, and now they want to steal them from me. Chapter 17-16, Demon Skills. The Netherworld Demon Emperor and Empress She looked at Lin Feng. Lin Feng was special to them, because he was Duan Xin Yi and Qiu Yu Xin's husband, and he had obtained the Song of the 9 Netherworlds from the Netherworld Demon Emperor. Initially, she wanted to kill Lin Feng, but she didn't because of Qiu Yu Xin and Duan Xin Ye's influence. What? Asked the Netherworld Demon Emperor. Lin Feng said, the things I found in your palaces. If they were precious to you, I can give them back to you. Humph. The strong cultivator of the Heaven clan said in a cold way, why didn't you give them to him in the first place, then? All right, Lin Feng nodded and said, Master Demon Emperor, back in your palace, I found a flute. What does it mean to you? What a schemer, thought the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan, smiling coldly. Give it to the Demon Emperor immediately, said a loud voice in Lin Feng's brain, shaking his determination violently. You can keep that flute, said the Netherworld Demon Emperor in a calm way. I don't need it. Since it's that way, I'm off, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan, taking Lin Feng away. When the wind settled down, the crowd saw that they were already far away in the horizon. The strong cultivators from the Heaven clan followed and left. Jun Mo Shi and the others frowned, they felt powerless. The strong cultivator streaked across the sky and said to Lin Feng, "Transmit the 9 netherworlds demonic song to me, Lin Feng." "Master, since it's an exchange, transmit the demon skill to me," said Lin Feng, trying to remain calm. Even though a strong cultivator from the Heaven clan was kidnapping him, he couldn't kill him, otherwise the strong cultivator from the animal world would destroy the Heaven clan, or at least avenge Lin Feng's death. "Take out the demon song, now," said the strong cultivator aggressively. His voice alone was explosive. Determination rose to the sky and penetrated Lin Feng's brain, making him feel very strange. He knew the Heaven clan was his enemy, but suddenly he felt as if he had to listen to them. What a terrifying determination attack. "I feel like an insect compared to him," thought Lin Feng. "Demon song," another voice resonated in his brain. He felt like he was going to submit. "All right," said Lin Feng, his mouth dripping blood. "Little boy, why endure so much pain? You could have just given it to me already," said the strong cultivator indifferently. Lin Feng looked at him and smiled. "I hope that after I give you the 9 netherworlds demonic song, that you'll give me the demon skills." "Of course, now hurry up," said the strong cultivator of the Heaven clan. Lin Feng released his godly awareness as he looked for the 9 netherworlds demonic song in his memories. Lin Feng's godly awareness was moving slowly, which he was doing on purpose. The strong cultivator of the Heaven clan smiled coldly, still flying forwards. Even if Lin Feng wasted time, would it be useful? He couldn't escape no matter how much he struggled. The strong cultivator from the Heaven clan was extremely fast. After a short time, they had already arrived in the Heaven clan, but the strong cultivator suddenly frowned. "Speed!" shouted the strong cultivator icily. Lin Feng still hadn't transmitted the entire song to him. "Humph!" Lin Feng groaned coldly and recalled his godly awareness. The strong cultivator of the Heaven clan frowned as he stared at Lin Feng. "You already have half of the song, so give me the demon skills," Lin Feng said grimly. A strong cultivator looked at them from high up in the sky. "How come you're standing in front of my door?" The strong cultivator of the Heaven clan jumped forwards and said, "Animal clan, what is this supposed to mean?" A gigantic ancient beast was standing there in the sky. It was Swan Ni, the legendary beast. "Qing Feng called me and said you kidnapped Lin Feng. I didn't ask you what that was supposed to mean, though," he said. He looked at Lin Feng and asked, "Lin Feng, tell me, what's going on?" "It's not that important. The master of the Heaven clan wants to give me the Devamara scriptures in exchange for the 9 netherworlds demonic song. I transmitted half of the song to him, but he doesn't want to transmit the demon skills to me," Lin Feng said indifferently. The old man smiled. "I see. Since it's that way, you should transmit the demon skills to Lin Feng. The 9 netherworlds demonic song is a song, so if you don't know the entire song, it's useless. If you don't want to transmit the skills to me, master, it doesn't matter, then I just won't be able to use them to break through to the Huang Qi layer," said Lin Feng. "Even if you get the demon skills, it doesn't matter," thought the strong cultivator from the Heaven clan. Then he smiled grimly and said, "Since you don't trust me, I'll transmit the demon skills to you first." Suddenly, a thread of godly awareness moved towards Lin Feng. It was as if Lin Feng's godly awareness was going to explode under its pressure. The cultivator was incredibly strong, but even so, Lin Feng was convinced that nobody in the Heaven clan could understand the demon song or the demon skills better than him. Therefore, trading the song with the Heaven clan would only be bad for him in the short run. Thud. Lin Feng stopped moving and gradually calmed down again. "That's what Empress Shi transmitted to me, though some pages are missing, you'll probably understand them eventually. Now, give me the 9 netherworlds demonic song," ordered the strong cultivator from the Heaven clan impatiently. Thank you, master, said Lin Feng, smiling blandly. He quickly transmitted the rest of the song over. Chapter 1717, The Terrifying Genius. After the trade, the old man and Swan Ni, the legendary beast, took Lin Feng away. The old man took Lin Feng back to the Moon Palace, and on the way, they encountered Jun Mo Shi and Qing Feng. Lin Feng said to the old man, Master, you can go back to the Animal Clan, the Heaven Clan will not attack me now that they have the demon song. Alright, I also believe that they're not that brave, said the old man, before leaving with the Swan Ni. Lin Feng grinned at Jun Mo Shi, Lang Yi, and the others. He said, Mo Shi, why did you leave the holy city? I came to go to the Holy Clan, but I came too late, and didn't find you. It's a pleasant surprise though, said Jun Mo Shi, returning the smile. Lin Feng, this is my Godly Awareness Telepathy Jade Talisman. Some of my Godly Awareness strength is inside. Take it, we can use it to communicate in the future, said Jun Mo Shi, handing a Jade Talisman to Lin Feng. Many powerful clans and sects had such items, as they weren't very expensive and could contain several people's godly awareness. Not bad, said Lin Feng, smiling. Then, he looked at Lang Yi and Qing Feng and said, you should also transfer your godly awareness to my talisman. That way, we can talk no matter where we are. Alright. Lang Yi and Qing Feng nodded. They each sealed their godly awareness in the talisman Jun Mo Shi had given to Lin Feng, and Lin Feng gave each of them a thread of his godly awareness, too. The same goes for me too, Lin Feng. If you need anything, you can contact me anytime, said Duanmu the Celestial Emperor, smiling at Lin Feng. Thank you very much, Master, said Lin Feng happily. A Celestial Emperor had proposed to give him a thread of his godly awareness to keep in touch. Lin Feng felt honored. Lin Feng, you should come back to Goldfire City when you have time, said the professor in golden-purple clothes. Lin Feng nodded and replied, I will. Alright, then I'm off, said Duanmu, leaving with the professor. Lang Yi, Mo Shi, do you want to come to the animal world for a while? Lin Feng asked them. Nah, I can't travel on my own. Besides, I must go back to the holy city, said Jun Mo Shi, shaking his head. Lin Feng, the holy city is one of the 3 central cities, but it is even larger than vast celestial ancient city. There are many terrifying cultivators, clans, holy academies and sects, of which all compete with each other to produce the most monstrous cultivators in the Dark Night region. Holy academies. Lin Feng hadn't seen one before. Indeed, an academy, but it's not the kind of academy you could see in Xueyu. In the continent of the 9 clouds, many incredible groups can be called academies, but actually, academies can only be found in the 3 major cities. Each university has many geniuses, and many people from the vast celestial ancient city study in those academies. Some of them are great emperors. He's right, I also want to go to the holy city, interjected Lang Yi. Great emperors, students. Lin Feng smiled indifferently, those are different from the places I've been to. Of course, said Jun Mo Shi, smiling at the thought. I'll go there soon, said Lin Feng. He had obtained the demon skills, so now he wanted to practice them. Alright, I'm off. Come and see me whenever you want, said Jun Mo Shi. Take those and have a drink, said Lin Feng, smiling and nodding back. Then he threw some hot unit at Jun Mo Shi. Jun Mo Shi caught them and left. He was a bit sad to see those familiar liquors, but he never regretted what he did. Unfortunately, there are only the 2 of us here. If we ever have time, we should all go back together, said Jun Mo Shi as he left. The strong cultivators from the King of Hell Palace followed Jun Mo Shi. Lang Yi smiled at Lin Feng and said, I'm off, too. Come and see me whenever you want. Then, he also left. Lin Feng looked at Qing Feng and smiled, let's go back to the Animal Clan. Alright, Qing Feng nodded. The next day, the Moon Palace brought ancient scriptures to the Chu clan, the Heaven clan, and so on. On the day after that, the Moon Palace brought some ancient scriptures to some of the other clans. However, just when everyone thought that everything was over, the two insane cultivators from the Moon Palace went even more insane. The one from the Chu clan started attacking people and swallowing their determination, while the other holy cultivator started killing many people. In just a few hours, the Xing clan was wiped off the map. However, a few people survived. Even using the Boundless Walker, those two holy emperors hadn't managed to kill everyone. Then, the two insane cultivators continued and flew towards the second clan. On the fifth day, news spread that 6 large clans had been destroyed. All those clans were clans who had threatened the Moon Palace the other day. Everyone in vast celestial ancient city was astonished. Empress She was cruel. Even the ancient holy clans were afraid of Empress She. She had destroyed 6 big clans with just 2 cultivators. People in vast celestial ancient city wouldn't forget those stories anytime soon, but time passed, and things calmed down a bit as new groups emerged. Half a year was short in vast celestial ancient city. 500 days were short too, but things were moving quickly. For example, many cultivators in the Heaven clan had started practicing demon cultivation, such as Zhang Shao. He had even amazed people in town a few times. However, people quickly forgot about Zhang Shao because of Chu Chunqiu. Chu Chunqiu had already become a medium-level emperor. How come he could improve his cultivation so fast? Had he practiced both the sky-absorbing scriptures and the celestial evolution holy scriptures? Was that why he had leveled up? Nobody knew the reason, and considering that Chu Chunqiu didn't possess a king body, his speed was even more surprising. Chapter 17:18. The supernatural bird Lin Feng was busy in that time. He could do whatever he wanted while dreaming inside his spirit. At that moment, he was still in a vast city, absorbing the strength of the earth and sky. Suddenly, Lin Feng opened his pitch-black eyes as demonic-looking clouds were rolling in waves above him. Third fall. The sky assaulted Lin Feng's body with demonic energies. The demon energy struck Lin Feng's body, engulfing him in dazzling black lights. The demon's strength penetrated his body, making him feel like he had been struck by 1,000 needles. Pleasant, said Lin Feng happily. Demon energies condensed again, but Lin Feng didn't look that worried. During the past 6 months, Lin Feng had been cleansed thrice by demonic strength. Even though his small world was rudimentary, he could still sense energies accurately. He wanted to improve his demon cultivation, and seeing how he couldn't in the outside world, he did so in the small world. Lin Feng was now understanding why the small world which contained Ba Huang and Jiu Yu was so perfect. As a cultivator became stronger, his small worlds also became more stable. The third time, the demon energies didn't influence Lin Feng at all. Loud sounds were followed by even more demon energy bombarding Lin Feng's body. The indestructible Devamara scriptures emphasized indestructibility. After the 9th wave of energies descended from the sky, the clouds finally dispersed. Lin Feng smiled indifferently. He looked at a city he had made, Yangzhou City. Although they were identical, nobody was living there yet. Back in the outside world, at the top of the cyan-colored mountain, Qin Feng was looking at Lin Feng. He was motionless on the same gigantic rock as always. What was he doing? He had been sleeping like that for half a year already, and while he was asleep, he had angered the sky a few times. By now, Qin Feng had figured out that the sky would get angry at Lin Feng after he learned a new type of cosmic energy. Finally, Lin Feng opened his eyes and looked Qin Feng. He smiled and said, "Qin Feng." Then, he jumped up next to her. "You slept for 4 months. You must really like to sleep," said Qin Feng. Lin Feng shrugged and smiled at her. "Did anything happen in the outside world while I was incapacitated?" he asked. Chu Chunqiu became a medium-level emperor, said Qin Feng. Lin Feng frowned, looking surprised. That fast? It took years to break through to the Huang Qi layer, but to become a medium-level emperor, it should have taken even more time. Chu Chun Chiu's cultivation speed wasn't normal. Indeed, that fast. He defied the laws of our world. Many people in the outside world are thinking the same thing as us, said Qin Feng, nodding. What are we thinking? Lin Feng asked. Chu Chun Chiu practiced the sky-absorbing holy scriptures a lot and figured that the Chu clan could give him a lot of determination to absorb, plus he had modified his technique with the celestial evolution holy scriptures. That's what most people think, but there are some who think that he is hiding a special body type, a very powerful one, Qin Feng explained slowly. Then, she asked, Lin Feng, which do you think is the most plausible? The reason isn't important, the important thing is that Chu Chun Chiu became a medium-level emperor in around a half-year, mused Lin Feng. Let's go, said Qin Feng. She had already broken through to the Huang Qi layer a half-year ago. Alright, Lin Feng nodded. Then, he gazed into the distance. Half a year, what kind of cultivation speed was that? He had only been struck 3 times by the demon energies, and given that he had to be struck 9 times for his demon cultivation to improve, he still needed more time. They both smiled and left together. As they started leaving, 2 people approached them at full speed, forcing Lin Feng and Qin Feng to stop. Wu and Swan were there. Qin Feng frowned, Lin Feng looked indifferent as he asked, what do you want? Let's fight again, same as last time, no treasures involved, said Wu coldly. After losing their previous battle, Wu had practiced cultivation every waking second, and had studied some new techniques. This time, he had to defeat Lin Feng. Last time we agreed on something, but it seems like you've forgotten. If I fight against you again, and even if I win, won't there be a 3rd time, and a 4th time, and so on, asked Lin Feng. If you defeat me again, I'll never annoy you again, and I'll obey you. If you lose, piss off and leave the animal world. I never want you to come back, said Wu, his eyes were filled with the flames of battle. A supernatural bird as a pet, that sounds nice, thought Lin Feng. I accept. Boom. A terrifying sun instantly exploded, shaking the sky. Swan suddenly jumped back, and Qin Feng moved far away too. Wu cawed and turned into a golden crow. Boom. Suddenly, a gigantic sun descended towards Lin Feng at full speed. Lin Feng's body started burning, the sun cosmic energy completely consuming him. However, Lin Feng remained motionless, and looked calm as he bathed in the sun's fire. His physical body has become stronger, thought Wu. Whoosh. Immense wind energies suddenly blew, fanning the fire. Lin Feng sensed a terrifying bestial qi moving towards him as the sun fire turned into blades. Break! A terrifying demonic punch launched out, colliding against the sun blades. Bestial laceration. The golden crow suddenly appeared above Lin Feng and a million blades of fire descended. What a powerful technique, thought Lin Feng. His eyes became pitch black. Lin Feng was determined to make the bird submit to him this time. Culpa, shouted Lin Feng suddenly. Suddenly, terrifying Culpa energies emerged. He had learned about Culpa's strength in the demon scriptures, and with it, he found that he could use Culpa energies to defy the heavens. Chapter 1719, Becoming Stronger, Demonic Calp Strength. He must have studied some new skills, thought Wu. Sun energies continued to fill the sky. Lin Feng suddenly sensed a sharp pain. However, his eyes were still open and filled with the determination and cursing strength of the 9 netherworlds. His billions of threads of godly awareness now contained Culpa strength. Lin Feng was especially dangerous right now because godly awareness could attack the opponent's determination, and if their determination was destroyed, then the cultivator was as good as dead. The supernatural bird released more sun energies. The flames around Lin Feng exploded and turned into terrifying suns. Does that guy want a battle to death? Swan thought. Wu was using his most powerful attacks against Lin Feng. Culpa's rule, said Lin Feng. Suddenly, terrifying demonic Culpa strength emerged. The suns exploded, crushing some of Wu's determination. Immediately, Wu opened his mouth and a sun spear appeared. It shot out towards Lin Feng, emitting sonic booms as it flew. 9 Culpa sword. Die, shouted Lin Feng furiously. 9 threads of Culpa strength turned into a sword filled with wind cosmic energy. The sun spear exploded as it collided with the Culpa sword. However, among the 9 threads of Culpa strength, 3 remained and continued moving towards Wu. Be merciful, shouted Swan. At that moment, the Culpa swords arrived in front of Wu, and blood splashed. Wu's soul shook, he had lost again. His chi was floating chaotically now that 3 swords, filled with explosive Culpa energies, oppressed him and threatened his life. How about now? Asked Lin Feng, glaring at Wu. You won. I will keep my promise and submit to you, but if someday I become stronger than you, then my promise will be null, said Wu. Lin Feng smiled coldly down at him and said, I'm afraid that day will never come. Then, the swords disappeared, leaving remnant destructive strength floating in the air. Lin Feng sighed. The inherent knowledge he had about the supernatural sun bird told him that he was incredible. If he had been an ordinary emperor, he would have been killed instantly. He knew that among low-level emperors, there could be huge differences. 2 different low-level emperors could have 2 entirely different strengths. There was no subdivision to classify low-level emperors, otherwise, there would have been 369 sorts of low-level emperors. Since his body had been cleansed 3 times by Culpa strength, Lin Feng still hadn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, yet ordinary low-level emperors who had reached the top of their level couldn't compete with him. First, you need to break through to the Huang Qi layer, and even if you succeed, after that you have to continue leveling at the same pace. Anything less than this and I will quickly catch up, shouted Wu. I'll be waiting then, sneered Lin Feng, smiling indifferently. Then he walked away and said, come with me for a walk. Wu looked at him in a cold way and turned into a human, before following Lin Feng. Even though he had agreed to obey Lin Feng, he was very unhappy. This had to be temporary, or otherwise, he'd go insane. Because Chu Chunqiu had become a medium-level emperor, many people were going to the Chu clan to congratulate him and the clan. Actually, they just wanted to see how strong he had become. Even so, the Chu clan let everyone visit them, and even treated them all as guests of honor. The visitors were typically young people, about the same age as Chu Chunqiu. Of course, many medium-level emperors also came to see how strong Chu Chunqiu was. In any case, there were visitors constantly touring the Chu clan and the beautiful sceneries. Lin Feng walked around and listened to people. He was also going to the Chu clan with Qin Feng and the others. He was wondering how strong Chu Chunqiu really was, but Chu Chunqiu was acting discreet. Few people knew how strong he really was. In one of the Chu clan's corridors, which lead to the main hall, there were tables loaded with alcohol, food and other goodies. World clan's people. The animal world's young people are interested in Brother Chu, said someone laughing. Chu Chunqiu stood up and smiled at them, welcome, be my guest. No need to be polite, Lin Feng smiled and nodded back. Chu Chunqiu hadn't changed, he was still calm while looking enigmatic. How come Lin Feng is talking, thought some people. The most outstanding young people from the animal clan were following Lin Feng, and yet, he was talking for them. The crowd didn't understand. Wu is a golden crow, which means that he's very arrogant, obstinate, and unruly. But now he's following Lin Feng. How high in their hierarchy is he? In the past 6 months, he still hasn't become an emperor. But even if he had, he's still far from being as strong as Brother Chu. Hee hee, someone laughed mockingly. The crowd looked at him. It was a man who had been drinking too much alcohol. However, Lin Feng hadn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, so why did he still have a high social status in the animal world? Heaven Clan. Swan looked at that person and remembered that the Heaven Clan's strong cultivator had kidnapped Lin Feng. Why does the Heaven Clan send such strong cultivators each time something's going on? Swan asked the one who had been drinking. After all, Lin Feng represented the Animal Clan, and the Heaven Clan was constantly humiliating him. You dare humiliate the Heaven Clan's masters, said that person, inciting the group next to him. You all dare humiliate the Animal Clan, so if you are brave, send your strongest cultivator to fight against ours. You can even choose an opponent, said Swan. The middle-aged man from the Heaven Clan stood up, looking ice-cold. His name was Zhang Hai and he had already been an emperor for several years now, so his cultivation was very stable. He was currently a top low-level emperor. Chapter 1720, Brutal Killings. I really want to see how someone who has been abandoned by the gods can fight against an emperor, sneered that person. Zhang Hai wasn't happy, because he was in the generation before Zhang Xiao. Because he had been an emperor for so long, his cultivation was now stable, but in the outside world, many people had already forgotten about him. The elders seemed to care more about the one who had a godly imprint king body, the one who had a world king body, Chu Chun Chiu, the Prince of Sadness, and a few others. Even Lin Feng, who had been abandoned by the gods, had a better reputation than he did. Zhang Hai was finally seeing Lin Feng now. As expected, he had been abandoned by the gods and hadn't broken through to the Huang Qi layer. However, he had heard that Lin Feng had already killed several emperors using the strength of the celestial evolution chessboard. He had even killed medium-level emperors. Swan and the others stepped away after they heard Zhang Hai. Swan couldn't wait to see how Lin Feng would do this time. After all, his battle against Wu had been amazing. Zhang Hai looked at Lin Feng in a disdainful way. Heaven cosmic energies instantly began oppressing Lin Feng as a gigantic hand descended from the sky. Lin Feng didn't move at all, though. Zhang Hai smiled coldly and said, "Your 7 cosmic energies are useless." Then, even more strength oppressed Lin Feng, dragging him up into the sky. "Die!" shouted Zhang Hai when he saw that Lin Feng was still motionless. Just as the gigantic heavenly hand was just about to crush Lin Feng, however, a brown and black armor appeared instantly covered his body. As the hand hit him, the energies quickly dispersed, while Lin Feng's armor remained. 2 types of cosmic energies, demon and earth. He has some great defense, thought Zhang Hai, surprised. He condensed more strength before he shook his right hand again, and then another terrifying hand moved towards Lin Feng. Boom boom boom, terrifying sounds echoed as Lin Feng's armor broke apart. However, when the remaining energies assaulted Lin Feng's physical body, he was only pushed back a half step. He frowned, and his eyes became pitch black. He looked at Zhang Hai with his pitch black eyes and smiled coldly. "You attacked first." Lin Feng then released terrifying wind energies and threw himself at Zhang Hai. Zhang Hai began sweating. Just what was Lin Feng made of? Arg! Zhang Hai shouted as terrifying demon energies oppressed him. Another gigantic heavenly hand moved towards Lin Feng, its fingers like mountain peaks. Dong! The demonic Kulpa energies descended from the sky, making the heavenly hand explode. Then Lin Feng released a terrifying strength to surround Zhang Hai. Even though he moved back as fast as he could, Lin Feng shook his hand, and Zhang Hai suddenly felt that a mountain had fallen onto him. At the same time, Lin Feng released Kulpa's strength from his pitch-black eyes. Zhang Hai didn't dare move anymore, otherwise the Kulpa strength would crush his body. Boom! Another terrifying chi rose to the sky. Some of the people who had come with Zhang Hai suddenly stood up, one of them yelling at Lin Feng, "You already won, so let him go." "Won?" said Lin Feng mockingly. "When he attacked me, he used his full strength, and he tried to kill me. This battle is a battle to death. I will win only after I kill him. Then, Lin Feng jumped forwards, and the Kulpa strength which had surrounded Song Hai exploded. That guy is insane. He keeps killing people, even people from the Heaven clan, thought the crowd. You actually killed him, shouted one of the cultivators from the Heaven clan furiously. Lin Feng slowly turned around and looked at the remaining members of the Heaven clan. The crowd frowned. What did he want to do? Did he want to kill more people from the Heaven clan? Lin Feng suddenly jumped forwards, making the strong cultivators from the Heaven clan shiver. The members of the Heaven clan moved, but Lin Feng released wind and empty space energies to move even faster. How could they compete with him in terms of speed? Lin Feng landed in front of one of them, condensed demonic Kulpa strength in his fist and struck out. That person immediately exploded. Die, the others yelled, looking frantic. Terrifying energies surrounded Lin Feng as one of them immediately punched the air in Lin Feng's direction. Earth strength, said Lin Feng grimly. That person had the feeling that a mountain had fallen onto him. He suddenly rose up in the air, or at least, he tried. However, Lin Feng condensed two types of cosmic energies to make another set of armor. Even without the armor, that guy couldn't have crushed Lin Feng's physical body, he was too weak. The people of the Heaven clan are trash. No wonder they only bully people who are weaker than them, shouted Swan mockingly. Lin Feng's punch struck another one of them, causing their head to immediately explode. One punch, and another one dead. Boom, boom. Two waves of energies rolled out and several more people exploded. Wu even helped, moving with incredible speed while releasing sun cosmic energies, and killing more people from the Heaven clan. Very quickly, all the young emperors from the Heaven clan were dead. The crowd was astonished into complete silence. Chapter 1721, Chu Chun Chio's strength. Song Hai brought about his own destruction, but now his friends are dying, too. How sad, thought others in the crowd. Those who had seen Lin Feng fight before knew that from the moment Song Hai stood up, he was going to die. Song Hai had been practicing cultivation in isolation somewhere for a while, but he had no idea what was going on in the outside world. Even though Lin Feng couldn't break through to the Huang Qi layer, he could control 7 types of cosmic energies, and his physical body had already broken through to the Huang Qi layer. Even though Zhang Xiao didn't like Lin Feng, he didn't dare underestimate him. But Zhang Xiao was also a lot stronger than before. He had studied the indestructible Devamara scriptures, coupled with his celestial heaven skills. If Zhang Xiao and Lin Feng fought again, the battle would be terrifying. Brother Lin, you're extraordinary. If someday you break through to the Huang Qi layer, then you'd become really terrifying, said Chu Chun Chio with a smile. He didn't care about those people from the Heaven clan who had just died. Song Hai had agreed to fight against Lin Feng. Even though the Chu clan had some authority, they didn't want to involve themselves in such matters either. Maybe the Heaven clan was angry at the Chu clan, so what? You are even stronger than me, brother Chu, replied Lin Feng politely. He had already broken through to the Huang Qi layer, it was just that people in the outside world couldn't see it. Maybe in the future, even if he became a medium-level emperor or even a high-level emperor, people would still believe that he was a cultivator at the top of the Zun Qi layer. You're too modest, brother Lin, said another young man from the Chu clan, smiling as if Lin Feng was their new friend. He continued, Lang Yi and a celestial from Moon Palace left the capital already. I think they went to the holy city. Apart from brother Lang Yi, Dugu the winner has also left. Chun Chio's friends are leaving one after another. Because he was practicing cultivation, after becoming a medium-level emperor and leaving his room, he didn't get to see any of his friends or enemies. That's a bit sad. Oh. Lin Feng was surprised. Lang Yi had surprisingly gone to the holy city, but then he remembered that Lang Yi was traveling to gather experience, so it made sense that he couldn't stay in vast celestial ancient city forever. After all, the Holy City was one of the 3 most important cities in the central part of the region. By the way, Brother Lin. Back then, you and the Heaven Clan's strong cultivator traded the indestructible Devamara scriptures and the 9 netherworlds demonic song, so now many disciples of the Heaven Clan have started studying demon skills. Tsang Xiao has already been cleansed by a demonic kulpa twice. I'm curious to see how strong you've become in terms of demon cultivation. How many times have you been cleansed by kulpa energies? Asked the young man from the Chu clan, smiling in a friendly way. He didn't know how to study the indestructible Devamara scriptures, but he understood kulpa strength. Could Lin Feng use Devamara kulpa strength even though he couldn't break through to the Huang Qi layer? I couldn't get cleansed by the Devamara kulpa strength seeing how I haven't broken through to the Huang Qi layer, said Lin Feng, smiling resplendently. Nobody in the outside world knew that he had studied Devamara kulpa strength in his spirit's world, nor had he shown anyone. Brother Lin, you must be joking. Even though Tsang Xiao is succeeding in terms of demon skills, you are still better than him. You've already killed some strong cultivators from the Heaven Clan, the young man from the Chu clan noted. Your Excellency, you're underestimating the Heaven Clan, interrupted someone at that moment. Then, someone came out. As they walked out, incredibly cold qi rolled in waves around them. Lin Feng had killed someone before, but that person had just enough time to break a talisman which was connected to his brother. The Heaven Clan knew that they were at the Chu clan, and surprisingly Lin Feng dared kill some of their people in the open. Tsang Xiao was there, too. His eyes were pitch black, and he looked incredibly upset. He wanted nothing more than to kill Lin Feng right now. Lin Feng, you dared kill some people from the Heaven Clan. Very good, exclaimed a medium-level emperor coldly. Then, he looked at Chu Chunqiu and the young man who had just talked and said, some members of my clan came here as guests and were killed while you, the Chu clan, did nothing. And then you continued talking normally as if nothing happened. Brothers, I'm sorry. However, they provoked Lin Feng, and when they attacked Lin Feng, we didn't intervene at all. Their deaths were just between them and the Animal Clan. The Chu clan is the host, but we don't want to get involved in such issues. Otherwise, when the members of the Heaven Clan attacked Lin Feng, I should have intervened too, right? Then you wouldn't have been happy either, and you would have said that I was protecting Lin Feng. Concerning your second accusation, I have the right to express myself freely, said the younger man of the Chu clan calmly. Your opinion? Chu Chunqiu has become a medium-level emperor, and even though he was extremely fast, how can the Chu clan act so arrogantly? Chu Chunqiu has become a medium-level emperor, so what? He still has to become stronger before he can strut around like that, said the strong cultivator of the Heaven Clan. Chu Chunqiu remained looking calm. He looked at that person and said, anyone who comes here are guests, come and have a few drinks. Concerning my cultivation level, I know I'm still weak, but I don't need the criticism. Chu Chunqiu, even though you're discreet, you're arrogant, and now that you're a medium-level emperor, it's even worse, spat that medium-level emperor, rising into the air. Now that you're a medium-level emperor, I challenge you, so that we can both exchange our views on cultivation. Chu Chunqiu still looked calm. He had a few sips of his drink, then slowly rose into the air, his purple robe fluttering against the wind. He looked at the strong cultivator of the Heaven Clan and said indifferently, are you sure you want to fight? Do you think I'm joking? Asked the strong cultivator of the Heaven Clan. Chu Chunqiu nodded. He was still looking at his opponent when he suddenly released terrifying lights through his eyes. These lights were filled with ferocious determination which rose to the sky, and straight at the other guy's head. Destructive, murderous, brutal, deadly, the terrifying determination roared furiously. Suddenly, it all struck the Heaven Clan's cultivator's head. Then Chu Chunqiu suddenly jumped and released even more terrifying determination, making the cultivator from the Heaven clan go insane as he lost his own will. Die! Chu Chun-chiu shouted. His opponent's determination had already been destroyed, so he no longer had any will to fight. The punch that Chu Chun-chiu launched struck the medium-level emperor, and his soul exploded. Chu Chun-chiu hadn't swallowed his enemy's determination, he had just killed him. Determination, what a terrifying determination, thought the crowd. It was their first time seeing Chu Chun-chiu being so brutal. Lin Feng and his friends were also surprised. The sky-absorbing holy scriptures can absorb even emperor's determination. Chu Chun-chiu must have absorbed countless strong cultivators' determinations to reach that level, thought the crowd. The Heaven clan looked glum. They had challenged him, and now they had lost another cultivator. Chapter 1722, Powerful Physical Body. Chu Chun-chiu looked indifferent. Does anyone else want to fight against me? I don't mind. All the members from the Heaven clan dropped their eyes. A medium-level emperor's determination had been destroyed in the blink of an eye. At the same level, almost nobody could compete with such a strong cultivator. According to legends, only people who have special powers can study the sky-absorbing holy scriptures, otherwise, their determination can break apart, and they would go insane. Chu Chun-chiu must have a special body type seeing how he's learned such spells, thought the crowd. Lin Feng, come here, shouted Song Xiao aggressively. He was releasing Culpa strength. Lin Feng raised his head and smiled chillingly. Chu Chun-chiu had humiliated those people, so now they needed an outlet. Song Xiao rose higher in the sky and said, "Who wants to fight? Come." Song Xiao jumped forwards and released heaven strength, targeting Lin Feng. At the same time, he released demonic Culpa strength which turned into an ice-cold pitch-black beam of light. I told you, I'm definitely going to kill you, swore Song Xiao. A heavenly hand descended from the sky and fused together with the pitch-black Culpa strength. Two types of ancient scriptures together in one attack, thought Lin Feng. That was a demonic Culpa heavenly hand. Lin Feng smiled coldly and jumped, releasing a demonic punch. The air exploded as they collided, creating gusts of wind which billowed outwards. Lin Feng released wind and empty space cosmic energies to move, and at the same time, a demonic earthen armor appeared on his body. Song Xiao looked at Lin Feng's Culpa strength coldly, then released cosmic energies as he performed hand seals. Heavenly strength concentrated as he performed each seal. Lin Feng was pushed forwards as another gigantic hand descended from the sky. Song Xiao's Culpa energies didn't contain demon cosmic energy, which meant that he probably couldn't study demon energies like Lin Feng. Whoosh! Lin Feng moved even faster, creating sonic booms as he ran. However, the enemy's hand caught up and exploded on Lin Feng. Even though Lin Feng's armor was destroyed, he wasn't injured. A few more hands were catching up to Lin Feng. The crowd sighed, even a medium-level emperor wouldn't be able to stand such an attack. Lin Feng was going to die now. His physical body is even stronger than mine and Wu's, thought Swan. He was also a legendary beast, so he knew a lot about the durability of one's body. Lin Feng had blocked Song Xiao's attack with just his physical body, which meant that Lin Feng was stronger than him. Most low-level emperors couldn't injure him anymore. Song Xiao's cosmic energies must be around level 3 in the low Huang Qi layer, and with his celestial heaven punch and demonic Culpa strength, his cosmic energies are closer to level 7. Lin Feng's dual cosmic energy armor was destroyed easily by Song Xiao's attacks, so Song Xiao's cosmic energies must be more powerful than Lin Feng's. Lin Feng must have around level 4 cosmic energies, but his body is incredible, so he can endure level 6 or 7 cosmic energies, reasoned one of the strong cultivators from the Chu clan. Cultivation emperors were divided into low-level, medium-level, and high-level emperors. There were gigantic differences between those levels, but the difference between low-level emperors themselves wasn't that large. Low-level Emperor's cosmic strength was divided into 9 levels, and Song Zhao's cosmic energies were only level 3, while Lin Feng's physical body could resist against level 6 or 7 cosmic energies. If Song Zhao didn't have such powerful skills, Lin Feng could have killed him easily. Lin Feng had such a powerful physical body because his body had been cleansed by the demonic Kulpa energies. If Lin Feng had only been cleansed by Kulpa strength 3 times, then he would have been able to resist against level 3 or 4 cosmic energies at best, but he also knew another kind of Kulpa strength, the one the gods used when he infuriated them. In addition, since he had been cleansed 9 times by the Kulpa strength from the indestructible Devamara scriptures, he had the strength of a medium-level emperor in terms of cosmic energies. Song Zhao looked at Lin Feng with a face filled with mixed emotions. He hadn't thought that Lin Feng would become so terrifying after only 6 months. Lin Feng's Devamara Kulpa attacks were far better than his own and could make demon cosmic energy fuse together with them, something he couldn't manage. In desperation, his spirit appeared. It was a gigantic mountain with 5 fingers, each finger exuding black lights which rose to the sky. At the same time, dozens of hands descended from the sky towards Lin Feng, each containing terrifying heaven cosmic energies. Die, shouted Lin Feng. Death strength flooded the sky, instantly draining Song Zhao's life. At the same time, Lin Feng shook his hand and a punch launched out. This punch was a pitch-black and ice-cold hand which contained terrifying demonic Kulpa strength. The celestial heavenly hand and the demonic Kulpa rule attacks clashed, creating explosions and gales. Song Zhao's face turned pitifully pale as an armor suddenly appeared over his body. This armor was called the Heavenly King armor. Lin Feng punched the air towards Song Zhao's head, determined to end this. He wants to kill Song Zhao, thought the crowd, frowning. Lin Feng was insane, he wanted to kill everyone. Boom! A terrifying energy exploded. The other members from the Heaven Clan released cosmic energies at Lin Feng to stop him. Song Zhao's Heavenly King armor changed, Song Zhao had modified it so that it now covered his head. Lin Feng was surprised, but he didn't hesitate and still decided to punch it. The destructive hand crashed onto the Heavenly King armor, but his energies bounced off the armor. Lin Feng couldn't break it. A celestial heavenly hand finally caught up with Lin Feng, so he broke a talisman. Suddenly, he disappeared and reappeared above the Heaven Clan's crowd. Then his silhouette flickered as he took out a shield. Although it resembled a shield, it wasn't a real shield, it was the Celestial Evolution chessboard. Chapter 1723, Kidnapping, Celestial Evolution Chessboard. The members of the Heaven Clan immediately identified it. Lin Feng had killed so many people using the Celestial Evolution chessboard back at Ice Moon Lake, including medium-level emperors. Now that he had taken it out again, they knew they couldn't kill Lin Feng so easily. Dazzling light suddenly appeared as the members of the Heaven Clan took out more imperial weapons, but they didn't have any comparable to the Heavenly King armor. The strongest among them were medium-level emperors. A contest of weapons? Asked Lin Feng, smiling in an ice-cold way. A sun dazzled in Lin Feng's right hand, a sun disk floated there. It was the sun disk he had stolen from Yang Yen. Let's see how you intend to kill me. Lin Feng said. As he said that, he released sun cosmic energy into the sun disk. It became dazzling and transformed the sun energies into destructive energies. Whoosh! Lin Feng disappeared with the wind, as fast as lightning. A strong cultivator from the Heaven Clan sensed the sun disk's energies surround him, provoking a sudden desperation. He wanted to escape but he was blinded by the sun disk. Then, the sun turned into a shooting star which struck his body, lighting him on fire. After that, the sun disk disappeared. A few hands moved towards Lin Feng as soon as the fire lit, but Lin Feng shook his hand and the Celestial Evolution chessboard enlarged. All the attacks broke apart, and at the same time, Lin Feng punched the air from behind the Celestial Evolution chessboard, killing another opponent. Lin Feng broke another talisman and disappeared. The sun disk remained though, moving towards another person's head, igniting them on fire as well. After using the talisman, Lin Feng used his godly awareness to control the Celestial Evolution chessboard. At that moment, the Celestial Evolution chessboard was spitting out illusion chi. "Run," said Song Shao as he started running away, the members of the Heaven clan all following behind him. "Wu!" shouted Lin Feng furiously. Wu groaned coldly, but he still transformed into a bird, moving towards Lin Feng. Then, Lin Feng jumped onto his back and chased the members of the Heaven clan. Whoosh! Some wind cosmic energies appeared under Lin Feng's feet and surrounded Wu, letting him fly faster. The sun disk continued slaughtering them. A low-level emperor gave a horrible shriek as he was snagged by the disk, quickly dying afterwards. At the same time, Wu also bit one with his beak, and that person died from fire energies as well. The golden crow was extremely fast, and coupled with Lin Feng's wind cosmic energy, they were catching up. Even medium-level emperors couldn't be as fast as the two working together. "Stop him," shouted Song Shao furiously. He took out an imperial weapon, which resembled a pair of wings, and accelerated. At the same time, he broke a jade talisman with a look of desperation. "Lin Feng, I didn't try to kill you, so why do you have so much animosity?" shouted Song Shao. Even though Song Shao ordered them to stay back, two medium-level emperors continued running ahead. Who would help Song Shao when it meant suicide? Cultivators thought about their own lives first, or at least, most cultivators thought that way. "You will die one way or another," shouted Song Shao furiously. They separated into two groups and escaped in opposite directions. Lin Feng continued chasing Song Shao though. He knew could catch up with Shao, even if he had had the wings. "Song Shao, you are constantly saying that you want to kill me, so why are you escaping now? Don't you feel shameless?" Lin Feng shouted. "You must stop now, then you and I will have a fight without imperial weapons," said Lin Feng extremely loudly. "Battle?" Song Shao frowned and shook his head. Lin Feng could catch up with him if he continued using talismans. "Earth!" shouted Lin Feng furiously. He shook his hand, and suddenly a terrifying strength oppressed Song Shao, almost paralyzing him. At the same time, Lin Feng took out the sun disk and threw it at him. The sun struck Song Shao's wings, and they exploded. Song Shao was next to the explosion, but he hadn't been injured because his Heavenly King armor was still protecting him. Then Lin Feng continued running, causing the sky to tremble with each step. Song Shao didn't continue running, instead he slowly turning around. "Let's see how you intend to kill me," swore Song Shao. He had the Heavenly King armor, so there was no way Lin Feng could kill him. "Wu, Qing Feng, Swan, go back to the animal world," said Lin Feng to Wu and the others. They were three geniuses from the Animal Clan and the Heaven Clan had nothing to do with them. By making them leave, Lin Feng planned to bear the responsibility for killing all the Heaven Clan's cultivators. Wu's eyes flashed as he thought. He wouldn't have thought that Lin Feng would make him leave, just what was that guy planning? "Alright," agreed Wu, and left with the others. Lin Feng jumped forwards as Song Shao groaned coldly, making his Heavenly King armor become larger. Then he punched the air in Lin Feng's direction. However, a palace suddenly appeared in Lin Feng's hand which moved towards Song Shao punch. The sky shook again, but Song Shao's defense was terrifying, even the Jade Emperor's palace couldn't injure him. "Dodge," some people shouted as they ran sideways. The Jade Emperor's palace was falling towards them, forcing some of them avoid it. Many people from the Chu clan also came out to see the battle, but after the palace struck the ground, the atmosphere calmed down. Things were so quiet that a pin needle could be heard if it fell. If Lin Feng and Song Shao were still battling, then things shouldn't be that calm, right? Song Ling was still running when he sensed that and suddenly stopped. "What's going on?" asked Song Ling. He had a jade talisman in his hand, the one Song Xiao had called out with. "Is he dead?" He took out another jade talisman. This time, it was Song Xiao's soul monitor, but it wasn't broken. That meant Song Xiao was still alive, but why wasn't it moving? As if time had stopped. Song Ling just stopped for a millisecond before he continued flying towards Song Xiao's location. Once he arrived, he found a gigantic palace laying on the ground. "Where's Song Xiao?" Song Ling shouted. "Master, Lin Feng and Song Xiao had a big battle. Lin Feng bombarded Song Xiao with that palace, then the battle stopped," someone replied. Song Ling looked upset. He punched the castle, and after some trembling, the palace broke apart. You're tuning into the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.